All right, shalom, shalom. We the Hebrew Israelites. All right, coming at you guys with another lesson. Hope it's edifying to the Akim, to the Aquafium, to anyone that's out there listening. But before we get into it, we want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father and His Son, and their holy proper true names. And we want to say, Kal, Halayim, La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ha, Rakah, Qudash, Ma. Shalom and double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. All right, citations to the Akim that's pushing this truth around the four corners of the earth. All right, double honors to our elder as well, Harold Juan. All right, and shalom to the whole elect. We hope this lesson is edifying, man. Let's just do that.
It's the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3 and verse 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come.
All right, so now that's a sign that in the last days perilous times could come. Now we've been through all types of adversities throughout our generations. We've been through slavery, we've been through things like that. But this time to come is going to be worse than any other time known to man. All right, somebody get that real quick. Jacob's trouble. So we got to know how to behave ourselves and what to do in these times and what signs to look for. Because guess what? When these perilous times come, people are going to be looking for a doorway out of it, and we become that doorway, leading them to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. It says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble.
Hey, go up a little bit more. Hands on their hips and all that.
Come on, this is Jeremiah chapter 30. I'm going to start at verse 4. And these are the words that the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace.
And that's what we hear today from our people. But they don't even know why they're trembling. They don't even know why there's no peace for them on this earth, because they continue to search for it. But the elect have found that peace. That peace is resting in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Right? So now, there's a crying for wine in the streets. These people are looking for answers. Why are we going through this? Why do we have to struggle all the time? Because it's a purpose. Right? It's a purpose behind it. The purpose is the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You got a precept?
No.
Okay.
It says, verse 6 of Jeremiah 30. It says, ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore, though I see every man with his hands on his loins.
Hands on their loins, meaning they're tired, meaning they're sick of going through this adversity. You know, there's no way out. It's seemingly no way out, but the only way out is through the faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
That's ultimately talking when all hell breaks loose.
And this is only a precursor of what's to come. And it's already tough on our people, to the point that they're waiting on an Edomite in the Oval Office to come deliver them out of the calamities that they're going through, man. While he's worrying about what's going on in Ukraine, what's going on in Israel, and what's going on in Taiwan. Not concerning, he just put another a financial bill out, getting Congress to pass it to bring more aid and money to those places. Not bringing any of those resources here to help the people on America's homeland. So that lets you know the agenda behind this place, the agenda that they're pushing has nothing to do with the comforting of the people that are here on this land that pay the taxes, that pay the money that they're issuing out to these other nations. Go ahead.
It says, verse 6, Jeremiah 30, wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness.
All faces are turned into paleness, man. It's making everybody sick, man. They're afraid. Okay. All right? So we're entering into the time of Jacob's trouble, right? We haven't even gotten to the meat and potatoes part yet, but you already see people panicking, willing to sell their soul just to buy a loaf of bread, because that comes from lack of faith. Go ahead.
Verse 7, Jeremiah 30. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
All right, so now those prayerless times that we're feeling right now is going to lead us all the way to Jacob's trouble, man. Like a time that's never been seen on this earth before. Worse than slavery, worse than any captivity we've gone through. It's not going to only be on us, it's going to be on the whole earth, man. Jacob's trouble is going to affect the whole world. Because the Lord says he's going to bring in judgment at his house first. And then judgment is going to be placed everywhere else. So where do you sit as these things start to transpire on the earth? As we're leading into Jacob's trouble, what line are you sitting on? What side of the field are you on? That was it on it? Yeah. All right, so going back to this real quick.
It's back at 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come.
Right, so these perilous times is what's coming to lead us up into Jacob's trouble. Right? Go ahead.
For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy.
Right, because seemingly in order for you to fit in or get ahead in this society, you have to become those things. There's no righteous man going to be able to get ahead in this society because it wasn't built for us to get ahead in it. This is for us to go through adversities and afflictions as character builders to turn us into men of the Lord, to be able to lead people out of this adversity all the way to the kingdom, to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
Without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good.
Despisers of those that are good. So you're going to run into that. The more you're into the truth, the more you invest your time in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, the more you're going to be afflicted in all kinds of ways. By your job, your family, by friends, so-called friends, you know, strangers, somebody you might not even know just walking past you, they got demons on them, so they want to lash out at you, don't even know you. These people don't even understand why they act in the order that they act. They're being driven by Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. There's no soul on this earth that can walk around here freely thinking they have free will. So understanding when we know these things, and we can see it before it comes because we're being told by Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, we warn those that are able to listen. And being examples of what it feels like to go through adversity, because guess what? It says through much tribulation shall we inherit the kingdom of heaven. So now seeing these perilous times come, that's going to lead us into Jacob's trouble, we're being prepared for what's to come. Because this is just light work for what the Lord is about to bring on the earth. It said the fire is offset. It's to scourge this place. And first it's going to scourge the mind of the people.
Quick interjection.
Yes.
It's the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, are upon this sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord.
All right, so if he's going to destroy this kingdom, America, Babylon the Great, utterly destroy it off the face of this earth, we here. But he said he's not going to utterly destroy the house of Jacob. So there's going to be salvation for those that are meant to turn back to him. Go ahead, Saquon. Yes, Saquon.
One more verse. For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in a sieve, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth.
And that's certified because the Lord said it. He put a stamp on it. Shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. And he's going to stand on business on that. The Lord made a promise to the elect of his people to deliver him out of these calamities. All we have to do is hold tight and wait for him to show up. Go ahead, Saquon.
Right, you said we're being tested, right?
Come on.
Right. Hebrews 5 and 13. For everyone that useth milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness, for he is a babe. That's why the ones that don't understand the scriptures, they're being disobedient to parents. The parents being the elders in the truth. All right. But strong meat belongeth to them that are of full age. The strong meat represent the doctrine, the understanding, the prophecies of the scriptures.
Breakdown.
Right. Even those, this is the point, who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil.
Good. And we're able to discern both good and evil, being able to transition from the milk to the meat. All right, so of good use to discern those things. All right, so that's separation between the spiritual man and the natural man. Somebody real quick, let's get 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 12 real quick.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 12. Now we have received not the spirit of the world.
Wait, start at verse 6.
Verse 6. Howbeit we speak wisdom among them that are perfect, yet not the wisdom of this world, nor of the princes of this world that come to naught.
So that's us being able to rightfully discern the word of Yahweh by Shema Shai. Those that are transitioned from the milk to the meat, right? We speak wisdom among them that are perfect, right? But not the wisdom of this world. And what is that? And what is our what is our token to be able to do that? Our faith that was given to us by Yahweh by Shema Shai. Go ahead.
But we speak the wisdom of Yahweh in a mystery, even the hidden wisdom which Yahweh ordained before the world unto our glory.
Right, man. It's a mystery. The level to these outsiders, the level of faith that we have. I had somebody ask me recently, like, how is it that you're able to believe so strongly in what you believe in, and you haven't even seen it? Roughly paraphrase. The conversation went a little bit longer than that, but to sum it up, that's what was said, right? And you know what? I could say it's what I've learned over the period, over the couple of years. I can say it's what I've been through. But to answer the question, it's my level of faith that was given to me. Because I didn't come out the womb. I maybe came out the womb knowing this. It just had to be ignited in me through Yahweh by Shema Shai. However, it's not like I did anything to be able to believe the way I believe. It was a level of faith that was given unto me for me to be an example of what righteousness is, and understanding that and knowing that, still knowing that there's still growth to be done in me as an individual, which gives other people hope. It's a chain reaction. Just like when you're a little child and you see somebody out there doing some bad shit, you try to sample and do it until you get your behind whooped by your parents. And what are they doing? They're grooming you not to do the bad stuff that you see. Take it all the way back to Genesis, when Yahweh by Shema Shai said, you may eat of each tree in the garden, but don't eat of the tree of the garden in the midst of the garden of the knowledge of good and evil. Don't be like those individuals. Be like these other trees over here that I planted. Be like the tree of life, which is Yahweh Shai. So now we become examples through our faith, which is given to us. Go ahead.
Verse 8 of 1 Corinthians chapter 2, which none of the princes of this world knew, for had they known it, they would have not crucified the Lord of glory.
And they wouldn't have said, put his blood on our children, because they would have known that they would have been the children that his blood would have fell on. Right? But they're not able to discern that because they don't have the spiritual discernment. Their conscience is seared with a hot iron with the lust of the world, because the Lord put the world in their hearts. So they're not going to be able to understand our walk unless they've been given that token of faith to get them to open their eyes and see. Because blessed are our eyes because we see, and blessed are our ears because we can hear. These people are deaf, dumb, and blind. And they're going to be out here looking for answers. And they're you know what? The only place they're going to be able to come to is us. And that's a blessing because the Lord set us up to give his message. He ain't got shit to do with us. Go ahead.
Verse 9. But as it is written, I have not seen nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which Yahweh have prepared for them that love him.
We don't even know the things that Yahweh, we know that it's the kingdom, but we don't even know what our heart's desire is, because we don't desire anything out of this place. We can say we want a big mansion, but that might be light work when we get into the kingdom. Because Paul said what he's seen, like he couldn't even explain it. He couldn't even explain what he's seen. So, go ahead.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 13, starting at verse 9. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away.
So we'll know everything. Because guess what? He's going to reveal everything else, and then at that moment, we're going to be like how he is. When that which is perfect shows up, who's perfect? Yahweh Shai is perfect. So when he shows up, we're going to know everything. It won't be partially known. We know what we need to know now to get salvation. That's all he needed us to know. Then what happens after that? Spiritual power. Because guess what? We'll be responsible enough to deal with spiritual power, and we won't become tyrants like we did in Genesis, where it was taken away from us. All right, go ahead.
Verse 10. But Yahweh hath revealed them unto him, Salakia. But Yahweh hath revealed them unto us by his Spirit. But the Spirit searcheth all things, yea, the deep things of Yahweh.
So the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans need to understand those things that are freely given unto us by Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shai. Because those are treasures. You got people walking around here with wads of money thinking they got something. Man, you ain't got nothing. You got people with women on every corner, got all these tangible things on the earth that are going to be burnt up and amount to nothing. It's going to lead them all the way to their destruction. Right? Because the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans need to understand how to get to their salvation. It's through Yahweh Shai, man. The one they ignorantly call Christ. Go ahead.
Verse 11. For what man knoweth the things of a man, save the spirit of a man, which is in him.
Right. So hold that point right there. Let's get Ecclesiastes 3:11. Because a person will come up to you, battling you all day with carnal knowledge. They try to tell you about science. They'll tell, how is that going to get you delivered when missiles coming down on this place? Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 3:11. He have made everything beautiful in his time. Also, he have set the world in their heart, so that no man can find out the work that Yahweh maketh from the beginning to the end.
Because you got a lot of Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans don't even understand that they're Israelites of the Holy Bible. They read all these books and go to all these universities that Esau put forth to gain carnal knowledge, and they'll try to fight you tooth and nails when it comes to real spirituality. They think they got something that you ain't got, but really it's vice versa. Because they got the world filling their hearts, but you can't put new wine in old bottles.
1 Corinthians 1:20. Where is the wise? Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this world?
Right.
Have not Yahweh made foolishness the wisdom of this world?
And he did that as soon as he stepped on the scene.
That's right.
He made foolishness the wisdom of this world.
He said that in their heart.
He put that in their hearts. Go ahead.
For after that, in the wisdom of Yahweh, the world by wisdom knew not the Most High.
The world by wisdom don't know the Most High.
That's right. It pleased Yahweh by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe.
It's foolish that we got to sit out here and to tell y'all what's righteous. Right, we move from over there. See, that's what worldly wisdom is. That they'll spend thousands of dollars for a birthday party, right? But the moment that child asks them anything about the Most High, they're gonna send them to church. They're gonna destroy their minds even more. That just shows that our people don't understand and know the way. They're so stuck in folly and foolishness, and it sends their mind with a hot iron, so they're stuck in their ways. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 1, verse 3. Ox knows his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doeth not know. My people doeth not consider.
We're trying to show them the way back home. But they're choosing to go into a different direction. 2/3 of our people are choosing to go in a different direction. They won't even bat their eye towards the direction of the Lord, to the direction of the kingdom. Matter of fact, they'll off you if they could, you know what I'm saying, just so you don't get there, just in case you were right. They'll try to destroy your mindset and get you and try to gaslight you and try to get you to question what you believe in, just in case you're right.
Oh yeah, we'll go over there right now and start teaching, we'll get attacked.
Right.
Like physically too.
Physically. And they will consider us being the tyrants. Let that girl have a birthday party. Okay. You want to speak on it a little bit? Okay. All right. Go ahead.
This is the book of John, chapter 14, verse 17. Even the spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it's.
One more verse.
Come on, verse 16. And I prayed the Father, and he shall give you another comforter.
Boom, a comforter. And these adverse times that we are going through, just because we got the Spirit of the Lord, we're going to get it a little bit harder than everybody else. Because why? Because we're built for this. We have to understand the Lord already knows what we can endure, what we can take. We don't know that. So we have to go through these things in order for us to know what he's trying to show us. Quick interjection right here.
It's the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2 and verse 3. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach.
Yeah. So and that's all we're set up to do, is endure hardness as a good soldier. Like we're behind enemy lines. We want to attack and lash out, but the Lord said, wait for that right opportune moment. That's when Peter, an expert swordsman, could have slain all the centurions that came and grabbed Yahushua. He precisely sliced his ear off. But the Lord said, that ain't our fight. I'm going to show you how to fight. We want to fight them through wisdom. Fight them on our knees. Go ahead. That was it.
1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 12. Fight the good fight of faith. Lay hold on eternal life, whereunto thou art also called, and have professed a good profession before many witnesses.
Want to speak a little bit? All right, a good profession before many witnesses. That's us coming out here teaching. That's us doing lessons. And that's also our walks in life, being an example of what righteousness is. People are looking at us through a magnifying glass. They want to see how we act when we get in an adverse situation. How are we going to handle it? Because guess what? The first thing they're going to do, if they see us to act a certain way, they're going to be like, oh, what happened to that God you serve? What happened to all that faith you got? You around here acting like me. That's the first thing an individual going to say. And they have every right to say that because we are the examples. That's why we let the Lord fight our battles. Who had the precept? Go ahead.
This Acts 7 and 51. This to the false prophets, but this fit 2/3 of our people as well. Ye stiff-necked and uncircumcised in heart and ears, ye do always resist the Holy Spirit. As your fathers did, so do ye. Which of the prophets have not your fathers persecuted? And they have slain them which showed before of the coming of the just one, of whom ye have been now the betrayers and murderers.
And that's crazy, because really, that's what I know we're saving our people from Esau, but we really are saving our people from the wicked amongst our people. Because if you think about it, these people are out here acting carnally, they don't know any better. But what about the ones that are professing to come in the name of the Lord, that are leading our people astray, that are becoming tyrannical to our people because they're putting more bullshit into their mind to where they can't even escape. They're already lost in the world, but now you gave them direction to come out of the world into another wilderness that's going to lead them all the way to destruction. So really, we're coming after the wicked, demonic efforts of our people that are the cause behind this, man. Constantly leading our people astray. The churches.
Kicking up against the pricks.
Right.
2 Timothy 2. 2 Timothy 2. And I'll go to 23. You get up? 2 Timothy 2 and 23. But foolish and unlearned questions avoid, knowing that they do gender strife, and the servant of the Lord must not strive, but be gentle to all men, apt to teach, patient, and meekness, instructing those that oppose themselves. If Yahweh peradventure, meaning got to be predestined, will give them repentance to the acknowledging of the truth, and that they may recover themselves out of the snare of the devil, who are taken captive by him at his will.
Right, so it has to be predestined for them to make it. And you got to understand when you're being antagonized and people are trying to play semantics and play word games and with you to try to get you caught up in the quagmire, to try to get your words to fall upon you. If steadily antagonize you, trying to get you to go carnal or trying to get you to be aggressive. It's like, see, you know what I'm saying? That's how they do. They'll try to hit you with some form of false doctrine and try to stand on what the scripture says this. Well, that's your interpretation. Well, that's your truth. You know, trying to play semantics with you because they don't know.
Yeah, trying to help our people deliver themselves from them damn selves.
Come.
You know, they're fighting against themselves.
Come.
That goes along with your point.
And helping the enemy, as the scriptures say, they prepare a table for that truth. You know, that's ultimately what they do when they transgress. They kick up against the pricks. They don't want to hear and return back to Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
And that's funny because that truth, that idol that deals with that truth is prosperity and wealth, right? So, and that's really what we're battling against. Everybody see how Esau's living lavish, living deliciously, and everybody's fighting to get to that. They don't know how to get. They think that's substance. That's a sickness. That's a sickness. They think that gain is godliness. Go ahead.
Proverbs chapter 23 and verse 6 talk about Esau and his lifestyle. Eat not thou the bread of him that have an evil eye, neither desire thou his dainty meats. For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Eat and drink, saith he to thee, but his heart is not with thee.
His heart is not with thee, man. Esau let you sit down on this table. Just for you to go off even more. Just for those that are set to go off even more, man.
Like Janice. January.
Going with the old, in with the new, looking at. But like that, and that's the thing. That's our people are so, and then Esau knows how to antagonize our people. Esau knows who to send towards us. Esau knows who to lift up. Because guess what? With the amount of wealth in the Jake community, where individuals like JC, Beyonce, Rick Ross, 50 Cent, these individuals, they got a lot of money that can make a difference in the earth. But Esau knows that they ain't gonna do that for their people. Esau knows he can manipulate the minds of those individuals. That's why we ain't gonna never be able to come up, because Esau knows what we gonna do with the money.
Esau knows that they all grew up in damn near from different countries, but they grew up in the same ghetto. They all watched the same television programming. They all went to the same public school, not the same public school, but they were all programmed the same way to where they know they're not going to do it. And if they ever do try to, like anybody try to come and make their own community, Esau has the blueprint to destroy it,
Right.
or control it, or destroy it.
Right, because the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Israelites of the Holy Bible. Father's name is Yahweh, son's name is Yahushua, man. Yeah, Esau knows what levers to pull. All he has to do is keep our people divided. Let's let the dummies hate the ones with the truth.
Right. Hey, that was I don't know what movie it was, but I saw an old clip. It was a bunch of rich Edomites hanging around a table, and he was telling the other Edomites how to control the J community. He's like, you have to get the smartest ones out of there. And he was like, why would you want to teach the smartest ones of their people our way, so that way you can indoctrinate them better? And they, the poor ones already, or the dumber ones already don't like the smart ones because they move differently. But if you show them how to move like us, it's really going to cause more distance, causing the smarter, richer Jakes now to despise the poor, dumber Jakes.
Right.
Rather than wanting to lift them up, now they push them away even more, keeping them segregated from themselves.
Right. It's a whole crab pot syndrome, man. It's the whole crab pot. That you keep them fighting to get out each other instead of letting one get out. When the one gets out, he can show the rest of them how to get out. But if the one that's almost all the way out, there's going to be one at the bottom that's going to pull them right back down.
Hey, Con, just since like with Harriet Tubman, man, when free the slaves with the Underground Railroad, man. Hey, who all want to be free? Step on this side. Who all want to stay here? Stay over here. So the first step to freedom is we got to get rid. We have to get rid of all the ones that don't want to be free, man. So in actuality, spirituality, that's the same thing that the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is doing, man. Sitting the sheep on the right hand side, hey, the goats on the left, man. You know, hey. So with that being said, hey, it's a separation, man. Ones that want to go to obtain salvation and ones that don't, man. So that's why 2/3 of our people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, are going to be numbered to the sword. Why, if they don't turn back and repent to the Father Yahweh and the Son Yahushua, man? You know.
And Esau thinking he didn't want to out here dividing and conquering. That's Yahushua doing the dividing and conquering. He's dividing the 2/3 of Israel away from the holy, so he can conquer them and put them in their place. But they're gonna be born into the kingdom in a righteous state, man. That's the setup. And then Esau is going to be eradicated off the earth after 1,000 years of slavery. He has to put in his servitude first. You know? He got to pay his bills. He got to pay his dues. Okay, all right. Let's get back to that. But so, by understanding the affliction that we're enduring right now, keyword enduring, we're not just going through it, we're enduring it. You know, it's kind of refreshing. It's like going out and working in the yard all day, right? And your body's beat to death, and you go in and take a shower. That refreshing feeling that you get, that's the same refreshing feeling that you get when you go through adversity, knowing the reason why you're going being afflicted, because the Lord is character building you, prepping you to be like Him. That's the beautiful part about it. But the adversity that 2/3 of our people go through, they're going through it in vain, because they're seeking after something that's not there, and they're too blinded to see that they're running behind they're rats running behind a piece of cheese that they're never going to catch, man. All right, go ahead.
This is Sirach, chapter 2, verse 2. It says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. So the Lord says, set your heart right.
and to set your mind on set your mind on him, set your mind on the truth, set your mind on the path that he has set for you. It says, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. So cleave unto Yahweh Shai, so that you can be increased at your last end. So that when you have done all you can to stand for Yahweh Shai and fight this good fight of faith, you can be increased. One more. I'm gonna jump down. It says, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Just to back up what the bishop was saying about going through that adversity. Gold is tried in the fire. When you make jewelry, when you use like jewelry making, they use fire to mold and to shape the jewelry into the way that they want it to be shaped. They use fire to weld it and or stick it to other pieces so that it can be better and meet for whomever is going to wear it. So the Lord is going to use that fire, i.e. adversity, to build us and to change us, to make us into whom he would have us to be.
Right, he said, I shall make a man more precious than fine gold, even the golden wedge of Ophir. Right? That was, at that point in time, that was one of the purest form of gold that you could get. So we have to go through some conditioning to get purified, man. That's what we're going through. Purification is so beautiful because we're not being set up for the okie doke like 2/3 of our people are in these other nations. Their purification comes from gain of substances, tangible things. That's they feel content when they start to increase on the earth, and their whole minds are set on trying to increase. Any more precept?
Precept. The second Ezra chapter 7 and verse 3. And I said, speak on my power. Then said he to me unto me, the sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great. But put the case, the entrance were narrow and like a river. Who then could go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it? If he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad?
Right, because, all right, so now in the beginning and during the time of Genesis, it was broad, right? But through sin and transgression, that way became narrow. When we're trying to get back to the broad, we're trying to get back to the paradise. But how are we going to get there? We got to go through this tiny little narrow gap and this whole bunch of treacherous terrain that we have to go through in order to get to the wide.
It's verse 6. There is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water.
Right. So it's gonna be furnace of affliction and water of adversity, man. That we're gonna have to go through to get to this paradise. All right. So it's full of all good things. So that'll let you know the things on this side ain't good. Ain't nothing good on this side, but what we have, and what we're bringing through the narrow to get to the broad. And that's the spirit of Yahweh Shai. That way it's gonna stay broad forever, full of good things. We never have to worry about the bad coming.
What was that movie with Eddie Murphy? He was walking on the damn
Golden Child.
Golden Child.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Yeah.
You got to go through some afflictions.
Right. You gotta hold. He had to go through the dark path, holding on to the water, and could none of the water drop.
Yeah.
Okay? But he got smart at the end. You see what he did at the end. To me, that was symbolic. He drunk the water. He drunk the water. Yeah. Just like how we're supposed to do. We're supposed to drink. Instead of holding on to the water, we got to drink it. So that water becomes part of us, man.
Yeah. So imagine a place of danger, and the Lord set the entrance there.
You got to go through it.
That's here, man. Yeah.
Ain't no, like you following the yellow brick road, right? There was all types of treacherous stuff that they had to go through, being chased around all through like in the Wizard of Oz, right? We're supposed to go. We don't want to go. Everybody else trying to take that pleasant route. No, we're gonna take this narrow route right here and see where that takes us.
Hey, but trying to take that pleasant route, that makes a lot of people who call themselves prophets of the Lord. That makes them build communities in this place. Every doctrine that comes out of the false doctrine that comes out of the scriptures, they always try to make a community in this place that's about to be destroyed.
Right.
Nate of IUIC, ISUBK, all these wacky tacky Christians, they always try to make a comforting place in this realm for themselves. But it's not, like you said, they try to
substance, you said? What was that?
Thinking that gain is godliness, like
Oh,
increasing substance to really feel like make them feel comfortable, man. But that's not the way to go, because it's gonna lead you all the way to destruction.
Precept.
All right, come on.
This is Isaiah chapter 55, verse 6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him and to our God, for he will abundantly pardon. So
Right. Go ahead. No, you speak on it.
Well, I say that because we're going through that narrow path right now, and ultimately the destruction coming up. We're going to have to seek the Lord right now to find our way out of this place, and ultimately we're doing that.
Right.
Precept. This is the book of John, chapter 10, verse 1. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber. Oh, Khan. And I wanted to bring that out to back up the bishop and the brother, because going through that narrow way, right? If it's one way you're supposed to go, and it's the hardest way you got to take, that's the way that you become strong. You don't become strong by lifting a small weight and not going through the straights. But if you try to take a shortcut just like Esau do it, you're not doing what the Lord told you to do. The Lord says one way you're supposed to go, and it may be the hardest way, but that's where the Lord is going to show His power. But if you go any other way outside of that, man, it's not of the Lord, man. There's no easy way out. Just like GTA. My bad.
No, you good. I interrupted you. Like, I wouldn't ask the Lord to take me off the path. I would ask Him to give me more strength to go through it. Like, two characters in two movies I would like to train my mind to be like in the time of adversity. The character that Robert Downey Jr. played in Tropic Thunder, like that guy when shit hits the fan, like, get on your feet, lift it, make it. Like that dude right there, when shit gets serious, I would like to be like that. And it's another guy, the colonel it's a movie called Black Hawk Down. And this guy, he's always like a war general in every single movie. And like he got hit with like a rocket when he was by a tank, and it just blew his eardrums, and like he was messed up bad. And when they lift him up, they're like, Colonel, get up, you're hurt, you're hit. He's like, oh, it's nothing but a little scratch. Like he had his mind still set on war. And then when they took him back to the bunker to get medics, right, and the troops were going back out there, he suited up, even injured, he suited up to go right back out there into the middle of the fire. You know, and that's the mindset that we need to be in when we go through these adverse times, man. You know, there ain't nothing but a scratch. Wipe it off. You know, shake it off. That's just to tell you on the football field when you get the wind knocked out you. Shake it off.
Yeah, just real quick, we need to compare all our problems to eternity.
Con.
That's it. We understand eternity is just a scratch.
Con. Right.
With the things we're going through now, can that compare to the joy?
Come on, man.
I get it.
That's not one.
Go ahead, brother. You got it.
Like, no, the elder told me something today. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. He's like, no, you ain't going through nothing. You just happen to be there when things go on, when things happen. You just happen to been there. So what are you really going through? And I had to think about that shit. Am I really going through something? No. You know, I just lift a whole lot of weight off my shoulders because, like, I'm putting more pressure on myself that don't even need to be there. It doesn't need to be there. And guess what that can do? That could cause me to put pressure on somebody else if I'm holding on to something that I don't need to hold on, because guess what? They're going to try to lift the weight up off me, and neither one of us need to be holding on to it. This is more precepts being called. Go ahead, Tobias.
Matthew chapter 7, verse 13. Enter ye in at the straight gate. For wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leads to destruction. And there be many which go in thereat. Because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leads into life. If you be there, that find it.
Want to speak on it?
God. And when you walk in a straight gate and narrow way, you can't bring the things of this world with you. It's gonna pull you back into the world. And 2/3 of our people, they seeking carnal this, carnal that, house, clothes, community, this, that, and the third. You can't bring that into the kingdom. Flesh and blood can't inherit the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. We're supposed to serve Him spiritually. That's the only way you're gonna be able to walk straight and narrow. Your faith. You got to walk through your faith. Because that's what's going to lead you to the kingdom. Not no cross chain, not no nothing else. Just faith. And the 2/3 of our people don't have faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to walk straight and narrow. That's why they falling and don't want to get up.
Hey, and the things that we go through, a lot of times it's the Lord trying to purge some things out of us. So he ain't gonna let us veer off path. He just gonna keep sending us that fire until we fix it, until we realize what we need to let go of. You know, that happens to a lot of people. They trying to bring things into the truth. The Lord, like, you gotta let that go. Oh, you ain't let it go yet? Let me show you something.
Quick interjection.
Go ahead.
It's Hebrews chapter 12 and 7. If ye endure chastening, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons.
But we know we sons of him. We know we sons. We got to be sons. You know? And not only that, not only just through what we go through, but how we still stand up. We still coming out here to teach. No matter what it is, no matter what goes on, we're still gonna make it up, because this is our cleansing process. This is the shower that we take after we did all that yard work all week. We come in and take a nice cool shower to clean us off. This is what we do. This is how we do it. Go ahead.
It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 12 and verse 1. Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doeth so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us.
Bro, you can speak on that, bro. You got it. Yeah, I mean, bro, that's a whole lot. Read it from the top again, bro.
Instead of running the rat race, the Lord like running this race.
Run this race, bro.
This race gonna get you somewhere.
With a true reward.
Right.
And the Lord said he don't give as man giveth. You know, they give and they want to
Take it away.
take your damn soul. No, they give you a crumb and want to take everything from you. The Lord like, yo, we ain't give him nothing, but he gonna give us everything. And he said, run in that race. You know, and take the baton out of the one that went before us. Yahushua and the disciples.
All right, read it again.
Yeah.
It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 12 and verse 1. Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doeth so easily beset us.
Right. So don't let your sins weigh you down. We begin to become reformed, right, in front of these witnesses that are around us.
You're like the audience.
Good.
Yeah, that's right. Even though they don't know we're running in the race.
They don't know we're running the race. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, this is the beautiful part about it. Eventually, we're being conditioned to the point where we're running this race. We have this baton, right? These witnesses around us are going to be asking for the baton to be passed to them, so they can run also. That's the beautiful part about it. You got some that are not going to pick it up, but you got some they're going to like, give it to me, I want to run with you. That's the beautiful part about it. Go ahead.
And let us run with patience the race that is set before us.
Right, that's right, because it's a marathon. It's not a sprint where it's just over that quick.
Right.
This is a marathon. We're going to do a few laps around the same.
Right.
Meaning sometimes you got to teach the same topics over and over again. Sometimes you go through the same type of temptation over and over again. You know, but the Lord said, what? In patience bear ye your soul. All right?
Hey, Con.
So that's why patience is an action word. That's right, bro.
Hey, it's just like like working in the call center. Stuff be repetitious, be repetitive, if I'm using the right word. You know what I'm saying? You constantly go through the same things and over. Like in the call center, you're reading the script, you know what I'm saying? And that script in representation to the truth. All right, the truth is our script, man. So as we constantly go over and over as far as learning different breakdowns, going diving into the milk, the meat, hey, we're gonna constantly keep going over and over until we be fluent with it, you know? Be fluent with it. Also the things, the different trials and tribulations that we be put through too as well, man. You know, hey, it may seem the same, and also it may be the same, man. But each time you're gonna get stronger and stronger in order to know how to maneuver better through that situation that you've been through or going through, you know?
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Patience, right?
Ashar? You got one?
I have one.
Go ahead, bro. I got y'all coming. I'm coming out. Let's look you down.
Everybody got that Romans 8?
Don't worry about it. Go ahead.
This second Esdras chapter 8, verse 50. It says, "For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter times dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. But understand thou for thyself, and seek out the glory for such as be like thee. For unto you is paradise open, the tree of life is planted, the time to come is prepared, plenteousness is made ready, a city is builded, rest is allowed, yeah, perfect goodness and wisdom.
Man, it's so beautiful, man. Like, all that is to our disposal. We don't have shit to worry about. The only thing sometimes we allow ourselves to get in the way. That's why Paul is extensively went into that in Romans chapter 7 and Romans chapter 8. Like Paul said unto himself, "Oh, wretched man that I am." It's a constant battle with self that we have to go through, man. That's our toughest battle, is getting out of our own way.
Verse 53 says, the root of evil is sealed up from you, weakness. And
That's what we need to focus on. Read that one more time.
The root of evil is sealed up from you.
The root of evil is sealed up from you. We cut off from that root, that wicked root from the beginning is cut off through Yahweh Shai. So righteousness is what we experience now. But guess what? That root of evil will still try to go and try to creep in unawares. But the Spirit of the Lord allow you to dissect it and root it out. Go ahead.
It says, weakness and the moth is hid from you, and corruption is fled into hell to be forgotten. Sorrows are past, and the end is showed the treasure of immortality, is therefore
That's what the Zaquan just said. That's what he just said. Just think about eternity. Think about immortality. Like, that's why Scripture said, put away thy mortal thoughts. It's the mortal thoughts that keep us confined in captivity in our own brain, in our own mind, man. We stay in our heads with our own thoughts that we think about all the time, and now we're in the sunken place because of what we've been thinking about. But if we constantly, perfect example. You buy let's say you buy a black Infinity truck, right? You ain't been noticing no black Infinity trucks on the road at all until you buy one. Now every time you turn, you see a black Infinity truck, right? So you start to notice what you attract or what you keep your mind on, right? The same amount of black Infinity trucks were on the earth when you bought it, but now you're paying more attention to it because you have one. One thing we have that's tangible that we can hold on to is faith, immortality, and eternity. Yeah, if we focus on that, we're going to slack it.
Adding to it, and the prophecies too.
And the prophecy. If we focus on that, we're going to continue. That's what we're only going to be able to see. We're going to continue to see prophecies unfolding. We're going to continue to see what eternal life feels like because we're experiencing that this moment. Because we were at one point in time dead. Ariella?
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. There have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able.
Right, I ain't gonna lie, because it's been plenty of times like ain't nobody been through what I've been through. I used to talk like that, but Scripture say, ain't no temptation. Read that part again.
There have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able.
Right, so whatever we have to go through and endure, that's because the Most High built us for it. Not naturally built us for it to be able to push through it. He knows that, we don't know. We have to understand that. We have to understand the token of faith that was given unto us and the level of it that was given unto us, man. Go ahead.
But will with the temptation, also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it.
Bear it. We're able to bear it. We just gotta always keep our minds set on that. This shit again? All right, it's cool. It'll be over in a second. We're able to bear it, man. We gotta convince ourselves of that, because the Lord don't have to convince it, because he did it. You know? I recall.
Going back to the point earlier, how people rather would choose the easy way out, the easy route. You know what I'm saying? I may botch it, but it's a saying that goes like, easy times create weak men or boys per se, but hard times create men. So therefore, taking that easy route is not gonna build up any social or mental calluses, man. So therefore, you want to go through that jungle, all right, in order to go through shit, cross the paths with the thorns and everything, brush up against a tree or two. That way you can build up and strengthen yourself and know what you can be able to take and bear, man.
Right, and 9 times out of 10, when you're going through certain afflictions, the Lord is grooming you to help somebody else. He's finna send your way.
God dang it, that quote. It was a hard men create easy times. Easy hard times create good men. Good men create easy times, and easy times create weak men. Good. Soft men, come on.
So the Lord ain't.
This is Sirach chapter 34, and I'm gonna start at verse 9. It says, "A man that hath travailed knoweth many things, and he that hath much experience will declare wisdom."
Hey, why they wouldn't hire you at that job you wanted? The job you said because lack of what?
Oh, experience.
Experience, right? So now we're being hired for a job, right? Right. Hey, bro, come on, man. I didn't mean it like that. Like, my bad. But yeah, I did it on camera too. I wasn't trying to. I didn't mean anything about it. But it's just the scripture that stood out to me because, I've had that happen to me because they say lack of experience. So the Lord is hiring us for something, right? And He's giving us the experience. So man, go ahead.
Hey, Sirach chapter 34, I'm gonna start from verse 9 again. It says, "A man hath travailed knoweth many things, and he that hath much experience will declare wisdom. He that hath no experience knoweth little, but he that hath travailed is full of prudence. When I travailed, I saw many things, and I understood more than I can express. I was oft times in danger of death, yet I was delivered because of those things."
Because those experiences. Go ahead. No, you go ahead. Because of the experiences that he experienced when he went through the travail, right? He was almost to the point of death in hellacious situation, but because of the wisdom that he gained, it's character building, man. The Lord is building us into something that He can use to rule His nation of people, man.
And just to add on another quote, it says, "Suppose you may think you have been buried, but yet suppose you have been planted, man." So you thinking you've been buried, all right? You think you down here in this contraptment, you stuck here. But yet the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua got other plans for you, man. You've been planted, all right? So therefore, these times may seem dark right now, but in latter times, a week or 2, 3, 4, maybe be, depending on what type of seed you are, and you're going to sprout out and see that sun again, man. Right. It's all about build up, Hey, the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua put you in different situations to build character, All right. Hey, for instance, like a relationship, it's another quote. It goes, "Hey, man, I thought she was the one, but there go the Lord again. Got that next. He got me for character development, man. Hey, it's in order to build you up, all right, and to structure you to make you in the better, to make you to progress into that version of you that you probably don't even know that's there, man. All right. But the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua sees.
Hey, like on Matrix, Morpheus was talking to Neo in the training dojo, and Neo said, "So you telling me when I start to believe I'm gonna be able to dodge bullets?" He said, "When you start to believe, you won't have to dodge the bullets." And then towards the end of the movie, he really didn't have to dodge. He just stopped them in midair and dropped them.
Yeah, because before they were doing all that.
Right. Yeah, trying to move fast and shit like that.
Yeah. Once you get to that full potential, boom, that's it.
Because it was when he went inside the lady's house. And the kid was bending the spoon. He was like, "You have to come to the realization there is no spoon. It's not the spoon that's bending. You're bending." And when he looked at the spoon, he turned his head. The spoon turned. Because it's the same for this realm. None of this truly is real. None of these man-made structures and systems are really real. But
they give the system is what makes it a reality.
Right.
A false reality. This is not real. This is an idea and a concept in somebody's mind. And they just built something up and told us, "Now you go over there and work."
Right.
What? I mean, I can't go plant my seeds out here and grit my own and kill my own stuff and butcher my own stuff.
But we're gonna tax you.
Right. But no, you finna get your ass in here and you finna go to work. And then it's a recycling thing that goes on, man. It's a rat race. It's a trap.
Right. And then they go like bending the spoon would be like thinking it's us that knocked Esau down. Help them fall when it's really us that's rising up. It's not the spoon that's bending, it's us that's bending. It's not Esau that's falling, it's us that's being risen up.
That's beautiful. And that goes along with the Jacob's hand grabbing the hill.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna start to be risen up before they start to fall. Yeah. That's what the Lord's doing to us right now. Akkad, you have a precept?
This is Romans 8:18, and just backing up the elder and the brothers talking about the sufferings of this world can compare to the promises the Lord promised us, right? And this is Romans 8:18. For I reckon that the suffering of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us.
You know that glory is going to be revealed in us, man? Read further on that.
For the earnest, and it's Romans 8:19, for the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of Yahweh.
Ooh. And guess who that's going to be revealed in? Us. Who are the sons of God from the beginning? Who are they? Right? Go ahead, keep going. Go ahead, keep going.
Oh yeah, Romans 8:20, for the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who have subjected the same in hope.
So if we didn't have no control of us coming into this vanity, coming into sin, right? We were put in a position to hope our way out of it. Hoping what? In Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And through that hope, he's going to reveal who the sons of God are. All right, finish that.
21?
Yeah.
Because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of the corruption, of corruption, until the glorious liberty of the children of Yahweh. Bashim Yahushua.
We're going to be out of these bodies, man, into bodies that cannot transgress. So our hope is going to last us all the way to perfection, man. Somebody call our police over here?
No, I called one out.
All right, go ahead.
All right, this Amos 3:7. It says, surely the Lord, Yahweh, will do nothing, but he will reveal his secret unto his servants, the prophets. So, you know what I'm saying? Just going back onto the point that the Lord, he reveals his secrets unto the ones that's his, you know what I'm saying? And the scripture says what? My sheep hear my voice and they follow me. You know what I'm saying? So the ones that's seeking the Lord, all right, constantly 10 times more, you know what I'm saying? Doing the work of the Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, all right? He says what? That he's gonna reveal his secrets unto his prophets, man, unto his servants.
Right. And so those secrets are the prophecies coming to pass. Hey, this is what I'm bringing to the earth. This is how you avoid it. It's a secret. I ain't telling them. You can tell them all day long. They ain't gonna listen. I'm not gonna let them listen. Go ahead.
I'm gonna make their eyes blind and their ears deaf.
Right, right.
This is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2, verse 3. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua HaMashiach. No man that warreth entangle himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier.
Man, can you imagine? All right, imagine this is a big basketball court. We're about to play 21, right? And you got Yahushua and Satan, they the captains, right? So Yahushua taking his pick, Satan's taking his pick.
21 is every man for himself. Like the salvation is, you know.
Damn.
Like every man work out his salvation through fear and trembling, man. God.
Oh, just to back this one up. To be a good soldier. All right, because we sent into this matrix. So imagine getting, what would be the word, man? Getting informed or the duties before we come down here, spirits. Like you do to a soldier.
Order.
Giving order to the spirit.
Briefing.
The briefing.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Briefing.
Yeah.
The Lord giving us our briefing, what it's going to be like down on the earth, then we get here and start complaining.
Yeah, he don't tell us the whole
You know what
setup.
I'm saying? He tells us what
From
it's
the
gonna be.
end.
Jeremiah 1:5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, the matrix, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee to be a prophet unto the nations.
And that's our duty and our responsibility. But understanding and knowing that he built us for that.
There you go. Yeah, he gave us ears to hear, eyes to see, a voice to speak. He prepared us perfectly for this fight. He even gave us legs to run.
God.
That's why he said run the race. That's right, man.
2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 4.
Right, and this was predestined before we was even put into the womb.
No man that warreth entangle himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier.
Right, he chose you in the spirit world. And this life represents the matrix, man. The same matrix that we were born into.
So you can't entangle. Eventually, you got to choose a side, or the Lord will choose it for you.
Right?
And if a man also strive for masteries, yet is he not crowned, except he strive lawfully.
Right. So you got to run in this race. You got to do it correctly. You can't be wearing baseball caps when you teach. You know, out there teaching with pistols on you. You got to run. You got to strive lawfully. Meaning you got to do this correctly. Not just keeping the laws, but it also means you got to teach this work, do this work correctly the way we learn from our elders.
The husbandman that laboreth must be first of the fruits. Oh, that was it.
Yep. That's talking about Yahweh Shai, then ultimately the first fruits of the elect.
There's some precepts down here. Go ahead.
This is 2 John, starting at verse 8. Look to yourselves that we lose not those things which we have wrought, but that we receive a full reward. Whosoever transgresseth and abideth not in the doctrine of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach have not Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai.
And abiding in the doctrine is not only just teaching doctrine, it's living the doctrine. That's how we really abide in it, because guess what? You can teach a lesson just by going to the damn store. Just by walking down the street. When some foolishness comes your way, there's always somebody watching to see how you're gonna handle it. You know what I'm saying? We're made spectacles on the earth, man. Just like how Esau's made as an example of what wickedness is, we are the examples of what righteousness is, man. So we become. Go ahead, sorry.
No, going off what the bishop was talking about, us simply going to the stores teaching a lesson. That what happened with Sakari and them, that shows that they're not in the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, because they don't want to look the way Yahweh Shai did when he was on the face of the earth. They'll rather, as we going out to and fro through our daily life, we wear normal clothes, but when we are here teaching, we're supposed to come in the same spirit and even more so in the same attire as Yahweh Shai. And before we got started, a woman, she said, she's like, I like y'all attire. It really sets the mood for the story y'all about to tell. And
this is the physical counterpart of what we're doing spiritually. The spiritual garments we have on.
That was it.
Oh no, okay.
You want me to finish that up?
Yeah.
Back at 2 John verse 9, whosoever transgresseth and abideth not in the doctrine of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach hath not Yahweh. He that abideth in the doctrine of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, he hath both the Father and the Son. So you have to abide in the doctrine of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, because he's that light. He's that light that's going to lead us to Yahweh. So without having that mindset and being blessed with the spirit of truth, you'll never make it to the promised land. You'll never make it to Yahweh.
Never gonna make it. Never would have made it. All right, let's go.
It's back at 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come.
So how should we look at those times? We should rejoice in those times. Because there's still work left to be done. The Lord is still moving furniture. He's still doing his work, man. That's so beautiful. And he's doing work within us. Because he could have left us out there like he left 2/3 of our people, man. With no hope, no glory, no nothing. The Lord's gonna glorify us, man. That's so beautiful. We get a reward for this. And we ain't no different from the 2/3. It was just we were chosen to be a part of that number. And we need to be thankful for that on a daily basis. This is what I like to do especially with women and things like that. When somebody is purposely afflicting me, in my mind I say to them, I'm like, the Lord really must not like you. Because like all this you doing to me, you're gonna have all this seed that you sowing, you're gonna reap it. So if you sow bad seed in the earth, what you gonna get? You're gonna get a bad harvest. And the Lord is setting you up for that. The Lord is setting them up for that. Go ahead.
Verse 2, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers,
without natural affection. So when we're teaching somebody, that's showing affection.
Natural affection.
Natural affection. So if they're not able to receive that, they got their own shit going on in their mind, man. That they need to deal with.
You can't naturally love a woman unless you give her some money now.
Right.
Interjection real quick.
Luke 10:16, he that heareth you, heareth me. And he that despiseth you, despiseth me. And he that despiseth me, despiseth him that sent me.
Right, so it ain't really about you, it's about Yahweh that they despise.
Yep.
No, they despise the Most High. So let them despise the Most. You want to go up against the Most High? You can have that battle. Well, I ain't never seen him lose. Never. And he ain't gonna lose. So you don't want to go. You don't want to go back and forth with these individuals, like because their complex is not even with you. They got to take that up with the Most High.
Right, that's what remember Bruce Lee said that. They said, what do you think about the enemy? He said, there is no enemy. There is no opponent. Because I doesn't exist. Once we understand eternity, what enemy did we truly have? That's what the Lord going to show us when he eradicates Esau after 1,000 years. What enemy did we truly have? It was really us. Esau is a reflection of our negativity, our sin.
Hey, that's what I was about to say. Eddie Griffin. He said when I come to an opponent, I'm not fighting that opponent. I'm not fighting that person. I'm fighting myself through that person. That person is an obstacle for me to overcome to better myself.
It might take 1,000 years in the kingdom for us to see that. It ain't hurting you, it's hurting me. It's hurting more than hurt you.
Boy, when I wake up in the morning, I'm a whoop my ass. But think about it. And that's why we constantly beat ourselves up. That makes perfect sense when the elders said that Esau being a negative reflection of ourselves. That's why we can't really do anything to him right now. So that's why we constantly beat ourselves up for being in this condition. But by us acknowledging that, right?
They self-destruct.
Right. They will self-destruct, and we won't. See, if we don't understand the bigger picture, we will self-destruct. That's why the Lord's going to beat them at their own demise. You know? So he could have had us in that thought process and that mindset of them, and we would have been right along with them. But the Lord pulled us away from that and made them a reflection of our negativity so we could see how not to be.
Yep. When the devil couldn't kill Job, we try to get Job to kill himself.
And that's the same, what do you say? He a one-trick pony too.
Yeah.
You know? It's going to find a different way for you to get you to destroy yourself. Self-destruction. You're headed for self-destruction. There's a song back in the 90s called Self-Destruction. Like, we can blame Esau all we want for us being in the hood, for this system keeping us down. But at what point are we going to start blaming ourselves? Because even though they put the drugs in the hood, do we got to sell them? Even though they putting the guns on the street, do we got to shoot them? You know, at what point in time are we going to take responsibility for our own actions instead of pointing the finger at somebody else? Yeah, they running this system, but the system wouldn't operate without us. You know?
Back at 2 Timothy chapter 3, in verse 3, without natural affection, truth breakers, false accusers, incontinent.
False accusers, keep a mind on that. So anything somebody says about you, they're false accusers. The problem is, it shouldn't even affect us if we know it's not true, because the Lord says something different about me, but you saying this. Who am I going to believe? I'm going to believe the Lord. You know? Go ahead.
Incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of Yahweh, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. From such turn away.
From such turn away. It means that should be self-explanatory. You shouldn't even have to be told that, because why would you want to be around anything like that? What did it say? What the wolf got to do with the lamb or something like that?
Real quick. 1 Corinthians 2, And 14, the point is in 15. What they say about you and all that. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the spirit of Yahweh, light and dark. For they are foolishness unto him, neither can they know them, because they are spiritually discerned.
Right, because if they don't have that discernment, you can talk to you blue in the face, they're not going to get it. Because they're natural men, meaning they have the spirit of the world in their mind. They're not going to be able to understand. If you cannot, what he told Ezra, if you cannot understand earthly things, how are you going to understand heavenly things?
That's right. Go to verse 12.
Okay.
Now, verse 12. Now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the spirit which is of Yahweh, that we might know the things that are freely given to us of Yahweh.
And not only know it, but believe.
Yep.
If we know the Lord is separating us from these individuals, right? And we know that we're going to inherit the kingdom, within knowing, we got to believe it. So when we get into these adverse times, that's when the belief kicks in. All right, no, I know this, but I got to really believe it so I don't find myself, you know what I'm saying, hindering myself with my own thoughts. You know, go ahead.
Which things also we speak, not in the words of man, which man's wisdom teacheth, but which the Holy Ghost teacheth, comparing spiritual things with spiritual.
So when we get into these situations, like, let me look at this through my spiritual life.
Right.
Oh, I see what this is. Let me keep it moving.
But he that is spiritual judgeth all things.
Right, but we're able to judge all things righteously because we're able to spiritually see all things.
Right. Yet he himself is judged of no man.
Of no man, so it don't matter what their opinion, anything somebody say about you, man, their opinion is not validated at all.
Oh, we're looking for our judgment from Yahweh.
From Yahweh Shai, man. Ain't nothing, nobody, no earthly fit. I don't care, it's motherfucker, whatever. There's nothing you can say to me that's going to be validated because the Lord told me something different. I'm gonna go with what the Lord says because that seems more believable to me because I know who I am, but I just gotta believe who I am. I have to believe the creature that the Lord created. I gotta believe in that. As much as I believe in the Lord, I gotta believe in myself because He created me to walk this walk. But everybody surrounding me that's not walking this walk with me will try to change my mind, my thought process, and I can't allow them to do that. We can't allow them to do that. Precepts?
No, going on what you just said, that would be like what Moses said unto the Lord. The Lord came unto Moses and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna make you a god in Pharaoh's eyes. I'm gonna have you lead my people out." He was like, you got the wrong guy. I'm slow of speech. My brother, that's probably years of people telling him, "Hey, you kind of slow in speech," or probably picking on him, something like that. Insecurity he had within himself. The same thing people tell us today, installing these insecurities within ourselves. But ultimately, just going back to last week's lesson, the Lord said, "Ye are gods."
Right. So imagine the thought process, the mindset of Moses when he started believing. When he rose the staff and the Red Sea started, you know what I'm saying? It took faith for him to rise the staff. So the Lord said, "Rise the staff and I shall part the Red Sea." He had to believe that was going to happen. What if he would have doubted and left his hands by his side? Would we been able to cross it? We got to believe that what the Lord is setting us up for. So when he had to believe, once he believed and he rose it up and that sea started parting, what he had to do? He had to walk. He had to walk through that. He had to walk on dry land. Just like Peter when the angel freed him out of the prison. He didn't believe he was free.
He thought he was dreaming the whole time.
He thought he was dreaming the whole time. This ain't a dream. That's what we got to understand. We've been freed from the prison. It's not a dream. This is real. We were in a dream state when we were in captivity, not understanding the truth. We've escaped that now, man. Somebody say precept. Huh? Go ahead.
This is Rock chapter 13. And I'm going to start from verse 14. Love the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, all thy life, and call upon him for thy salvation. Every beast loveth his like, and every man loveth his neighbor. All flesh consorteth according to kind, and a man will cleave to his like.
Right. So think about it. That don't mean go sit in your house and excommunicate yourself from everybody, because we are to be examples to the earth of what righteousness is. But what that means on a mindset, our minds ain't gonna be like them. We're not gonna think like them. We're not gonna act like them. We might be around them, But guess what? Anybody on the outside looking in will always be able to see the difference. You know, no matter where we are on this earth, they can see the difference between us and them. Go ahead.
Verse 17, Sirach chapter 13. It says, what fellowship hath the wolf with the lamb, so the sinner with the garden? What agreement is there between the hyena and the dog? And what peace between the rich and the poor? So come on, man. Hey, once again, every beast is going to consort to his like, man. You know, birds of a feather flock together, all right? Hey, all the surgeons go sit with the surgeons. All the nurses go be with the nurses. All the prophets go be with the prophets. All the false prophets go be with the false prophets, man. You know, hey, why? Once again, birds of a feather flock together, man. Every beast can sort of to his like, man. So those are the flock of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Hey, we're going to obtain to like-minded people, you know. We're not going to go around here, hey, if we call on Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, we're not going to sit around here and converse and kick it with somebody that calls on Yahweh, man. And, you know, and try to, like Scripture says, how can two walk together unless agreed, man? You know, we got to be blowing the same trumpet. We got to be hitting the same pitch, man, you know?
Yeah, you gotta get that right tune, that right note. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's get back to those.
Back at 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 6. For of this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women laden with sins, led away with diverse lusts, ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. Now as Janus and Jambres.
Oh, no. Never learned. Read that part one more time.
Verse 7. Ever learning and never able to come into the knowledge of the truth.
Right, so that's why that's a big separation from the elect and the 2/3, man. Ever learning but not able to come into the they have that desire, but they never gonna be able to meet the mark to be able to be on that status to where they'd be worthy to meet the truth, to have the truth until they get destroyed and born to the kingdom. That means their spirit, their mind is so fucked up that there ain't no cleansing from them. I mean, the Lord could cleanse them if he wanted to, but what is the purpose? Because they're so stuck, they got the world in their hearts that they're not going to be able to be pulled away from that.
Hey, Con, that go back to the precept that you were quoting earlier. They had their conscience sealed with a hot iron, man. So your ass been branded with wickedness, all right? So therefore, hey, you are a cattle of the flock of wickedness, all right? So, hey, in order for you have to mentally purge yourself, like Scripture says, free out of the midst of Babylon, man. All right, so you have to mentally, spiritually, all right, separate yourself from that, you know.
This is James.
If allowed by the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
This is James chapter 1, verse 1. James, a servant of Yahweh, and the Lord Yahweh Shah Mashiach, to the 12 tribes of Israel which were scattered abroad, greeting.
That's what we're sent to as servants of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. We're sent to the 12 tribes that are scattered abroad, and we're greeting them with these epistles, these lessons that we do.
That's the New Testament.
Yeah, come on, go ahead.
My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptations.
Right. So we should be joyful, because like what man that loved his son chastened him not. The Lord loves us. That's why he's conditioning us to become great men, honorable men. Go ahead.
Knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing.
Right, so you ain't gonna be lacking on anything, bro. Once you let patience fully take a hold of you, where you be like, man, it's cool, I'm good. You won't be lacking anything. But guess what? All these individuals that afflicted you and that came up against what you were teaching and what you believe in, what you have faith in, they're gonna be around here scrambling, trying to get anything that they need, and they won't be able to get it. And they're gonna be looking at you like, now how he got all this? How is he content with all this shit going on around here? And we run around here with a chicken with the head cut off. Why? Because we were conditioned from the beginning, right? What is that word, pre-adventure? Yeah, this was already put into us from the beginning. The only thing we're doing is getting an understanding of what how the Lord had already built us in the beginning, in the first place. Go ahead.
This is Ephesians chapter 4 in starting at verse 14, that we henceforth be no more children tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine by sleight of men and cunning craftiness, whereby they lie and wait to deceive, but speaking the truth in love may grow up into him in all things, which is the head, even the Mashiach.
Right. You want to speak on it?
Hey, that we don't we follow the will of the Lord, the law, statutes, and commandments, the book as it is written. We ain't going about listening to them talk about Jesus Christos or any other idol form of worship or whatever they doing. We following the Lord, seeking him and seeking him in truth. You know what I'm saying? They following after feelings and how they feel, how they think it should be. But we following after how thus saith the Lord.
This is a precept to back up the brother Carter what he just brought out. This is Sirach chapter 5, verse 9. It says, winnow not with every wind and go not into every way. For so doth the sinner that hath a double tongue. So winnow not. Don't get caught up and involved with all these other wind of doctrines, these philosophies and beliefs. Don't be looking into it, because that's what a sinner would do that has a double tongue. You know, our people have real strong opinions and thoughts and feelings about what is actually right versus the actual true facts. So it says what? Don't winnow with every wind of doctrine. Don't get caught up in all this other tomfoolery, because there's only one way that is right. There's not many ways. There is one way and one truth.
I got a precept.
Go ahead.
This is the book of 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 20. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science falsely so called.
Right.
What?
Get away from the chakras and all that other kind of foolishness people be talking about.
Scientology.
Yeah, and all that kind of stuff, Egyptology and all that, man. Leave that alone. Leave that alone. Go ahead.
Which some professing have erred concerning the faith. Grace be with thee. Amen. And I wanted to bring this out to back up Akkad, but it's a scripture. I believe it's in the Old Testament, but it's talking about how Solomon, in his old days, with the women.
Yeah.
With the women. And the idols. Yeah. So it's the same way we must be. We must put that stuff off. That's not of the Lord.
Yeah. So that's why I said, remember thy creator and thy youth before the days draw nigh. Like basically that's talking about before you're on your deathbed, really. But yeah, man, Solomon in his old age, he got turned over to idols because of women. It's probably more like, all right, yeah, whatever, man. I'm tired of hearing you talk about it. Go ahead, bring it in here and set it up over there. You know what I'm saying? But that's why we got to understand that we must remain fervent in the truth, man. Remain youthful in the truth. You know, because our mind could start to get weary as we get antagonized, as we go through these adversities. Our mind could start to get weary, and then that's when wicked thoughts come in. And we got to be able to, not necessarily like you got to get rid of the thoughts, embrace the thoughts, understand the actions that you do is what really is the characteristic of the man. You know, because it's not what goes into a man that defiles the man, but what comes out of a man that defiles the man. What are your actions going to be? But those thoughts are going to enter into your mind at all times, man.
This is Luke chapter 9, verse 23. And he said unto them all, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. So we got to take on these burdens that the Lord put on us to bear. If we can't bear these, we're not worthy of the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai. The Lord putting it on you to make it stronger. The longer he puts you through something, you might look in the mirror one day, you got a chest on you. You look up one day, he made your shoulders more broad, you know, he building you up spiritually. But you can't want to drop the weight and just leave it there and expect, you know what I'm saying, the Lord to keep dealing with you. He gonna get at somebody who want that.
Or you might wake up one day and you can fly. Because, I mean, you don't know what the Lord building you for, man. But we do know we got to go through it in order to get to that mark that he's set for us. In order for us to get to that point where we shall be like he is, we got to go through it. You know?
We can't be wishy-washy with it either. We can't be I can take it today. You're like, no, I'm good. I did that yesterday. I don't want to go through that. We got to be every day about it.
Right.
Hey, Khan, that's also, too, if I may add on, that's why the Lord Yahweh Shai, he didn't give us the spirit of fear, but of power, man. So therefore, if we run in this race and we have our our eyes set on that mark, all right, we have a destination that we're trying to get to, man. So therefore, if we focus on that destination that we're trying to get to, any obstacle, anything placed in front of us within our route to get to that destination, to that mark, is obsolete because it's not going to matter, man. We know that we have to get to it, so we got to go through this bullshit in order to get to it, man. You know, so it's mind over matter. You know, you got to be focused on what really matters, which is the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, which is a salvation, which is doing the things that are pleasing to the Lord, man. You know, so therefore, any other thing that tries to come in the way, hey, shit, hey, this ain't gonna do nothing but make me stronger. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm gonna have to climb over this wall. All right, cool, shit. Still, hey, my destination's still on the other side of this wall, man. Though I can't see it right now, once I get over this wall, hey, shit, there we is again. It may seem like I'm off balance, if you will, but I'm still on track, you know?
Right.
But you still got to get over that wall in order to see wherever you got to go, man, you know?
And the only reason why you got to get over that wall because the Lord trying to show you can climb it or jump over it. You might not even have to touch it. You might be able to hop straight over the wall. But if that wall was never placed in front of you, you wouldn't have known your potential.
The Lord trying to show us that down is up.
Right.
But we think it's gravity, don't even exist.
Don't even exist, bro.
He like, yo. You know?
Right, because at some point in time, they heard a voice from heaven saying, come up hither, and they ascended to heaven as a in a cloud.
Yeah.
So at some point that we're going to have to believe, I wake up every morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. It's today, Lord, let me see. Like, no, so and we got to have that animated mindset. Like, my children help me balance myself out because I be trying, you know, I be sitting here worried about this, worried about that, and they run around like my daughter ran past me this morning, like running around doing that same noise for like 30 minutes. And then she stopped, caught her breath, looked around, like she don't care about shit. Like, that's how I need to be. That's exactly how I need to be. Like, she's fully content that I'm going to provide everything she needs, that she thinks she's protected. So she doesn't worry about nothing. I have to have that same mindset towards the Lord, bro.
Hey, that's what he told us to do. You know what I'm saying? For far as what's the word that you used earlier? A briefing. That's the briefing that the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, he gave us, all right? So therefore, if he's sitting us down here on the task, all right, wake up his sheep, bid many back to the merits, exalt the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, keep his law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability, man. And he knows that we're going to need these things in order to continue, in order to fulfill his will, man. So that's why he say, don't worry about what you should eat or what you should drink. Why? But these are things that the Gentiles seek after, man. The Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua know that we need these things, so what do we have to worry for, man? You know, when you doubt, when you doubt, shit, you damned already, as it states in the book of Romans, 14 and 23, man. So therefore, if you doubt in the man, shit, you got to know that the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is going to provide all these things, man. Shit, the dew on the grass for the dew on the grass in the morning, shit, what more for us, man? Providing raiment for the birds, you know, food to eat, and that for the birds. What more for us if we out here to do his will, man? You know?
This Matthew chapter 11, verse 28. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. So the Lord, your yoke, this oppression, all right, it's ultimately going to yield a more profitable substance, man. It's going to lead you to the kingdom, man. Everlasting life. You know, the promises.
And he's getting, like, we heavy laden in sin, but Esau's heavy laden in debt. He's not giving Esau a way out. He gave us a way out, man. He gave us a way out of all this stuff that we put on top of us from the beginning. He gave us a way out. He ain't giving nobody else a way out of that. You know, that's precious within itself, right? Go back to that.
James.
Yeah.
This is James chapter 1. I'm going to start back at verse 4. But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of Yahweh, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him.
Right, and that's all we're supposed to ask for. That's what we're supposed to constantly ask for. Hold that right there, and somebody get 1 Thessalonians 4 and 18, and I'm gonna help you go back to James 1 and 2.
The book of 1 Thessalonians, chapter 4 and 18. Wherefore, comfort one another with these words.
Boom, and that's all we're supposed to do, man. We comfort one another with these words. Because these words are comforting. You know? That's the only thing we really have to comfort us. That's why, John 14 said, I shall pray the Father to send you a comforter, man. It's comforting to hear the promises of Yahweh Shema Shah. And it's a scripture that I was watching Apostle Gabar's lesson one day, and he brought out a scripture. This was years ago. He brought out a scripture and said, where the Lord said, put me in remembrance of the things that I promised you, man. Lord wants to hear us recalling the thing. Hey, Lord, didn't you promise us this? Didn't you promise us that?
Hey, Con, he said you got to reiterate that back to him, man. Hey, you said you was going to save me out of this. If I do this, you got to, strive for the truth until death, and the Lord shall fight for you, man. So once again, you got to uphold your end of the bargain, man. Why? Because, hey, the Lord is a man that he needs not to lie. He's not going to lie. So therefore, you got to get out here and do the do that he told you to do, man.
Right.
So therefore, hey, if you say get out here and present your body as a living sacrifice, hey, Lord, you told me to present my body as a living sacrifice, and you will save me, man. You got to reiterate that back to him, man. You know?
And the scary part, go ahead, Slack. The scary part about it is once you start asking the Lord for things and like wisdom and stuff like that, the scary part about it is when he instantly give it to you. When he start answering you, giving you stuff, you're like, oh, you have a different thought process in life. You're like, oh boy, he here for real. Boy, this is serious. I got a responsibility. Like, so as you started thinking about it like that, I'm like, okay, you start to shape up. Like, what is it saying? Shape up or ship out? You start to shape up when you see the Lord start moving in you. And it all starts with believing. Believing in yourself. Once you start fully believing in yourself, the first thing I ask for is like, Lord, build me up in knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, but give me a double portion of righteousness. Because I don't want pride to get in the way. You know what I'm saying? So those are the things I ask for and pray for. You know? Because I want to be wise, but I also want to be righteous. I'd rather be more righteous than wise. You know? And I don't want to, as you're pulling me back, as the Lord is pulling me out of my transgression of my sinful ways, I don't want to see that part anymore. You know, I don't want that. I don't want that part on me anymore. So we tend to look at things differently. As soon as we start believing, the moment we start truly believing in ourselves, man, that's when the Lord's going to open up a whole bunch of doors. Go ahead. James 1 and 2.
This is James chapter 1, verse 2. Oh, James chapter 1, verse 2?
Yeah.
Okay. My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptation.
The reason why I went back to that, because he said, comfort one another with these words. So now, when we go through adversities, these words become joyful unto us, man. It's not all about you going into slavery, 2/3 you're going to die. Sometimes we need to hear these words to make us to make our mind at ease. Go ahead.
Knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience.
And then once you let the patience have that work, it goes from, how was your week? Man, I had to go through this, I had to do this, I had to do to and transition to like, well, let me tell you what I made it through this week. You know what I'm saying? You start talking different. Man, the enemy came doing this, doing that, the third, boy, I said boom, 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 boom. You know? That's the way you begin to think, man. Like, especially like, I mean, like as animated as children are, that's how we have to be. Like you see when children do pretend play and they're playing like they're fighting and stuff like that, they really think that they're warriors. And this imaginary fight that they're in. But for us, it's not imaginary, it's real. Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
This is James chapter 1, verse 4. But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing.
And right, and not being distracted. Entire, wanting nothing. It happens, but hey, listen, distractions happen to let you know you're alive and you're there. So we get right back on focus and keep pushing and going forward. So these things happen for a reason, to let you know what your mindset really and truly is. Now, if you get distracted to the point where you got to go after your distractions, then you need to check yourself. So everything happened for a reason, and we need to reflect it back upon ourselves, because, you know, really, The only thing that matters is the Most High, Yahweh. We don't exist. We don't exist. Yahweh means he exists. Now, he's showing his existence through us. We won't exist until we get into the kingdom and we get in our righteous state. Then we begin to exist with them. We exist with them through the spirit, but we have to have this flesh cut off because the flesh is what's getting in the damn way. The flesh, the brain is what makes you have these damn thoughts. Because you done saw something with your eyes, you done heard something with your ears, now it's stuck in there. And you constantly having these thoughts and you let the thoughts torment you. But all this is thought. The thoughts shouldn't torment you because your actions should solidify and let you know the type of character or man you are. If you're not acting upon these thoughts that come in your mind, you're not that, they're just thoughts, you're not that individual. Because they're gonna come. They're gonna come. You embrace them and move forward. Like I say it again, it's not what goes into a man that defiles a man, but what comes out of a man. What are your actions? Keep going.
If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of Yahweh that giveth to all men liberally and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him.
Right. Liberally and upbraideth not. I mean, he ain't finna hold none back. He ain't finna hold none of it back. Go ahead.
But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering, for he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed.
Right. Like I heard the elder say, I ask him one time and leave it alone. You ask him one time and leave it alone, and you and ask him. He said, "Gird that when you come to the Lord, gird thy loins as a man." If you have full confidence in what you believe in, Lord, bless me with the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of your truth, and stand on it, and let him know that you're going to be responsible with it. You're going to give due diligence with it. You know, to search for it and find it, because it's not like you're going to pray for it, right? Then you go sit in the chair and then it goes ding, you got it. No, the scripture says study to show thyself approved, man. So that's because you got people that study all day and all night and don't even know half the stuff that you know. Because guess what? They're trying to get it themselves. They didn't go to the Lord for it. We went to Yahweh Shai to obtain the wisdom that we have. Keep going.
For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord Yahweh. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
And once you become confident, not arrogant, but confident in the Lord, meaning you have to be confident within yourself, that confidence comes with compassion toward the souls of the people that you're trying to bring in to salvation. Because from times before, you could be a king or you could be a dictator. My choice is to be a king. A dictator is somebody that puts rules into play and tyrannical towards the people because to bring forth his own will. Like Nebuchadnezzar, he was a dictator, right? He
the sack, put the symbol, this,
all that. You bow it down because he was carrying out his father's mission, right? Now Yahweh Shai was a king. Huh?
And a dictator to an extent. He was carrying out his father's.
Right, but he wasn't tyrannical towards the people. Like a dictator is gonna be tyrannical. Just do what I say. It don't have to make sense. You know what I'm saying? But Yahweh Shai came with compassion towards people. That's what a king would do. A true king.
Hey, when they kicked up like the wicked scribes and Pharisees, what he did, he flipped over tables. You know. So again, it's a balance. When it becomes overwhelming, and then the wicked has to be set in place, you gonna put him in place.
Right.
Just as Paul did, you had to excuse him in his folly.
Right. So let's go to the flipping over table. We're spiritually doing that now. We're spiritually going into these places and flipping the damn tables over. Like, this how we totally crushed IUIC doctrine, man. It's to the point where they really avoid us because they know they can't stand up in the paint. So we're flipping their tables over. You know why? Another reason why they avoid us, because it's gonna mess up their money. They don't want us to flip over no more tables, so they're gonna avoid us, man. Oh, go ahead.
Verse 9. Let the brother of low degree rejoice in that he is exalted. In that he is exalted.
No, you good. Do you know how much faith you can boost in somebody that's of low degree, when you say, good job, good lesson today, brother. I watched your lesson the other day, it was great, man. It inspired me to do this, inspired me to do another lesson on my own. I remember the first time the elder told me that. I'm like, what? Me? You know what I'm saying? You just don't know what it does to a person to hear that. Let the person of low degree be exalted, man. When you always hear, exaltation of leaders and stuff like that, but what about the lowly individuals?
When a rich man speaketh, it's held to high regard, but when a poor man speaketh, they ask, who is he? That's the paraphrasing.
Yeah, so it's all about being compassionate towards the flock. You never know what 3 kind words could do to somebody, because you don't know what they're going through at the time. You know?
Right. Somebody that's lifted up, you want to kind of downplay it.
But
somebody that needs the encouragement, you encourage them.
Right.
You know, you deal with us, you deal with it accordingly.
Good. Right. And somebody like the apostle of heart, like somebody like him, if you go to him, you're a great man, he's gonna downplay. He's gonna be like, I'm just a man, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? He's probably gotten it so much that like he doesn't need that. But it's still, you still give double honors to the elders. That's without regard. You still do that. But somebody of low degree, sometimes they might need a little boost up, need a little pat on the back. Great job, soldier. You know. Go ahead.
It's not to the sacrifice of someone else, though.
Come on.
Let the brother of low degree rejoice in that he is exalted, but the rich in that he is made low, because as the flower of the grass he shall pass away. God damn.
Right. So all these people that trying to be exalted with their riches, they're gonna be destroyed, and they're gonna pass like the flower in the garden. They're gonna pass away. That sun gonna scorch them. They ain't got no water. They ain't rooted in the earth. You know, meaning rooted in righteousness. So they're gonna wither away. Keep going. Go ahead.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 6, verse 2. And when the Sabbath day was come, he began to teach in the synagogue. And many hearing him were astonished, saying, From whence hath this man these things? And what wisdom is this which is given unto him, that even such mighty works are wrought by his hands? Is not this the carpenter, the son of Mary, the brother of James and Joseph, and of Judah and Simon? And are not his sisters here with us? And they were offended at him.
Right. That's beautiful scripture to bring out, because Yahweh Shai came in as a commoner, and he was supposed to be exalted, but they didn't want to exalt him. Ain't he just a commoner? Ain't this just a carpenter's son? They wanted to try to bring him to a low degree. But the Lord, Yahweh was not going to allow that to happen. Even when the people thought he was at his lowest point, he was at his highest point when he was up there on the cross. That was a major exaltation for Yahweh Shai, man.
Yeah, when he was flipping the tables.
They
thought that was a little point. That'd be like you get mad,
right?
You know, you get vexed at somebody, you snap. You might rebuke them, and they'd be like, "Yo, he being negative. Look at that toxic energy." But really, it's a righteous vexation. As long as we ain't being carnal, you know what I mean? I'm trying to hurt nobody. You can have righteous vexation in this society, but they're called that toxic energy. But real quick, so what Yahweh Shai was doing by flipping the tables was according to prophecy. This is Psalm 69:9. For the zeal of thine house have eaten me up. Right, so the most Yahweh Shai was prophesied to have so much compassion for the Father's house that they just ate him up. The reproaches of them that reproach thee are falling upon me, man. So when he saw the money changers, he snapped out. So they look at anything we do as a low point. You get mad, you don't like what's going on, yeah, you being negative, you know? Right?
Go ahead.
Go on. Verse 11. For the sun is no sooner risen with a burning heat, but wherewith the grass, For the sun is no sooner risen with a burning heat, but it withereth the grass, and the flower thereof falleth, and the grace of the fashion of it perisheth. So also shall the rich man fade away in his ways.
Right. So everybody that's dealing with the world, trying to get rich and trying to come up in this society, that's exactly how they're going to fall. But the ones that truly stick to the faith of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and stick to the plan, they're going to be preserved. They're going to be not lacking anything. We're going to have abundance. Go ahead.
There was a famous actor in, I think, like 1927. I don't know his name because I wasn't alive back then, nor did I study it, and nobody remembers his name now. Even the people who were looking up to him in that society, well, in this society, American society, they don't know his name because they're probably old and dead and gone. So same for Floyd Mayweather. There's been thousands of boxers. Right, exactly. But Yahushua name still stands.
Proof out there.
Good. There's always going to be that proof out there. No matter how much they try to suppress his name, it's always going to be exalted, man.
Right, and we deal with historical and artifactual, proof.
So relics.
Relics.
That'll be the physical proof of history.
That's
That
right.
line up with history.
Yeah, we deal with prophecy, spiritual, and history, and artifactual. Like something like Pontius Pilate. They try to say he didn't exist, but they found a stone with Pontius Pilate's his name on it. And on that stone, he was paying homage to the Emperor Tiberius at that time. So that's even more proof that he existed. And he's known as the governor over Judea that was ruling during the time of Yahushua. 37 AD. He ruled from around 21 AD to 31 AD. 37 AD.
So they try to finagle and try to take things out of history to try to disprove Yahushua being on earth.
Yeah.
But the artifacts still come up and show.
Yeah, then you got all kind of historians from history.
Yeah.
Josephus.
Yeah.
That was around to witness the fall of Jerusalem. Then you got Herod, all the Herodians and the Herodian temples that were built. It shows even more proof of the people that were around during the time of Yahushua. So we can go on and on with artifactual proof.
Right, Alexander. Everything. It all leads back up to Yahushua. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
This is Sirach chapter 44, and I'm going to start at verse 7. It says, all these were honored in their generations and were the glory of their times. There be of them that have left a name behind them, that their praises might be reported. And some there be which have no memorial, who are perished as though they had never been, and are become as though they had never been born, and their children after them. But these merciful men, whose righteousness have not been forgotten, with their seed shall continually remain a good inheritance, and their children are within the covenant. So, just like how the bishop and the elder was speaking on, man. And you got different artifacts, different historians, different books left behind for that history to not be forgotten, So therefore, that's why the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua told us to indulge in this book, indulge in the scripture, man. Consume the whole roll, man. And that way we'll be able to. It's a history book, present time book, and a future book, man. So therefore, if we indulge in it, we can learn everything,
All right. Go ahead with that.
Hebrews chapter 1, verse 12. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation.
No, that's James.
This is James chapter 1, verse 12. Salakia. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which Yahweh hath promised to them that love him.
Right. We always got to constantly, like the elder said, always got to constantly think about eternity. What is that like? Ain't nobody else going to be able to experience this but us. Ain't nobody else going to be able to experience eternity but us. Well, he's not going to experience eternal eradication. That's what Esau's going to experience, but we get eternal life, man. And he gets eternal death.
Damn.
Yeah, that's what's set up for him. Caucasian, go ahead.
Verse 13. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of Yahweh, for Yahweh cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempted he any man. Tempteth he any man. It's like that. But every man is tempted
when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed.
Right. But it's all about us being in our own minds, man. You know what I'm saying? Always about being in our own mind, because 9 times out of 10 it's us afflicting our damn self. Not moving forward, you know? So once we start to analyze ourselves and understand that we are on the good side, we're gonna move accordingly, we're gonna think accordingly. We gotta understand that we are capable of it first. The fight starts with us. We have to understand that we are capable. We have to understand that the Lord prepared us for anything that comes in our way. Anything. Go ahead.
Verse 15. Then when lust hath conceived, it bringeth forth sin, and sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death.
Right.
Damn.
That's what it. When you enter into life, death is always around the corner trying to pull you out of the way. Right? Like sinful lust don't have to do with just lusting after women. You know what I'm saying? It could be anything that has to do with the carnal state of mind that draws you out of eternal life.
Peter Porker, he lusting after food.
Right. 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 No,
That's his lust.
that's serious. To the point that he can't even his lust for food is so great, he can't let the shit go just to get eternal life.
And he taking others down with him.
Right. He trying to bring damnation into the truth. He gonna create a Yahweh Shaddai. And he calling on the name of the Lord. But look what he doing.
His actions don't show forth a true sincerity and a truth towards the Lord.
Not only that, he said the eclipse was to end. You know, he had all those people. Yeah, he had allegedly. He had all those people around during that Easter event that they called Yahushua Day. They're like, yeah, I believe this is the end, y'all. This is the end. You know what I'm saying? Then people was coming on it basically saying that, you know, the eclipse a couple of days away. We're gonna see if you're a real prophet. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Somebody was saying on his post.
Well, we found that out.
How about to say we found out?
I mean, we already knew. Like, shit, it didn't take that to tell it, but goddamn. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they're gonna keep going into darkness. Now he gonna come up with something else next. All right, go ahead.
Verse
2 Corinthians 4:1.
Verse 15. Then when lust hath conceived, it bring forth sin, and sin, when it is finished, bring forth death. Do not err, my beloved brethren. Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, and cometh down from the Father of lights.
And what is that perfect gift that we have? Faith. Faith that we're going to make it through these adverse times, because it's going to get worse. We got to understand that. And knowing that it's going to get worse, it doesn't bring forth fear, it brings forth joy. Because the worse it gets, the closer we are to getting out of here. Go ahead.
This is 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptation, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished.
That's just self-explanatory. If we honestly know the Lord knows how to deliver the godly out of temptation, that's all we need to stand on. Whatever I'm being tempted with, Lord, I know you're going to make a way for me to escape. And whoever's tempting me, I know you're going to make a way for them to be destroyed. Hate to say it like that, but it is what it is. Because if it's something that's afflicting you, the Lord's setting it up for destruction. Esau, prime example. He said, Revelation 12:12, rejoice ye heavens, ye that dwell therein. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth, because the devil's come down having great wrath, because he knows that he have but a short time. Just like he hardened the heart of Pharaoh to put more pressure on us, he's going to harden the heart of Esau to put more pressure on us. But understanding and knowing that, he's going to create a way for us to escape mentally.
He hardened Pharaoh's heart to put more pressure on the Israelites, but he also did that. But what also happened within that is the more pressure that he was putting on the Israelites caused Yahweh to put more pressure on Pharaoh for putting more pressure on the Israelites.
Right. Same thing. It goes back to Romans. Said basically saying that's what he's doing. The same thing with Esau right now. Somebody call
Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11. For I know the thoughts that I think towards you, said Yahweh, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end.
Man, the elder did a lesson on our expected end, man. Our expected end is righteousness. Our expected end is glory. Our expected end is the kingdom. Better the end of a thing than the beginning. What is Esau expected in? We can't even really go into that. Might get the face shut down or something, man. Because his expected end is going to be treacherous for him, man. And there's going to be no way out.
Romans 9:17. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
So why is he raising Esau up right now? For that same purpose. Do you know how, man, listen. Oh, we heard what the Lord did for y'all coming out of Egypt. When they sent the two spies into I forgot what city that is. Whatever, with Rahab the harlot, right? First thing she said, oh man, everybody talking about what the Lord did for y'all. His name was ringing throughout the earth. You know? So now in these times he's raising Esau up for the same thing, man. For the same thing. Huh? What? No.
That's the expected end of Esau. It's in reverse. Oh, God. I was gonna grab the other one, but I didn't.
Yeah. Hey. So what should his expected end be for his handiwork? He got to get all that back. He got to get payback for that. You know what I'm saying? Who said that? Go ahead.
This is Baruch 4:25. It says, my children, suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from Yahweh. For thine enemy have persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction and shalt tread upon his neck.
It's like the Lord's in the heaven. I said, like telling Esau, I bet you won't put your hands on him. Oh, you gonna do that? Watch what I do. Yeah, how you did Job. Man, he came down and spoke to Job. He said, don't listen to nothing they talking about. You straight. Don't listen to nothing they talking about.
And then everything that he lost, he got back.
He got back,
tenfold. And I think tenfold, right?
Double, something like that. What? It was more than what he had.
Right. Gone.
Bottom line, it was more than what he had.
He's probably healthier than too.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
It's the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 and verse 3. We are bound to thank Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, always for you, brethren, as it is meet, because that your faith groweth exceedingly, and the charity of every one of you all towards each other aboundeth, so that we ourselves glory in you in the churches of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, for your patience and faith in all your persecutions and tribulations that ye endure, which is a manifest token of the righteous judgment of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, that ye may be counted worthy of the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, for which ye also suffer, seeing it is a righteous thing with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
And we gotta believe that. We gotta believe that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is gonna fight all our battles. The only thing we gotta do is to work and have faith. That's it. Go ahead.
This is the book of 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. For Yahweh have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind.
So we don't move in a state of fear, man. We moving peacefully.
This is back up with the brother Nathaniel brought out. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 1. It says, therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we have received mercy, we faint not, but have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty, not walking in craftiness, nor handling the word of Yahweh deceitfully, but by manifestation of the truth, commending ourselves to every man's conscience in the sight of Yahweh.
We gotta understand, commending ourselves to every man's conscience, rightfully dividing the word of truth. We gotta understand these people out here sick. These people out here sick. We're meant to heal.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 1 and verse 30. But of him are ye in Yahweh Shah Mashiach, whom of Yahweh is made unto us wisdom and righteousness and sanctification and redemption.
And our redemption comes from Yahweh Shai, man. We're redeemed off the earth. And that starts spiritually first. Now we're being lifted up spiritually off the heavens. So we dwell with Yahweh Bashim Shai, and he's ruling right now. Yahweh Shai is ruling on the right-hand side of the Father as we speak. And we're spiritually dwelling there right now. It just hasn't been manifested on this earth. And at some point, it's going to be. Why? Because he said so. Ain't nothing nobody else could do or say to change that. Nothing. Somebody else like that?
It's Isaiah chapter 40, verse 10. And I'm going to read the 11 or 12, where you stop me. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy power. I will strengthen thee. Yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. Behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded.
And that's anybody that comes against us, man.
God.
The Lord's going to put them to shame, and they're going to be confounded, which they haven't never had it done it. Go ahead.
They shall be as nothing, and they shall strive. Let me slack it. And they that strive with thee shall perish. Thou shalt seek them and shalt not find them. Even them that contend with thee, they that war against thee shall be as nothing and as a thing of naught. I want to get it. You got it.
Right, and that's why 2/3 of our people are going to perish. That's why these other nations are going to perish here in America. You know, that's why these other nations are going to go into slavery. That's why Esau is going to go into slavery for 1,000 years and then be eradicated off the earth. Because why? They have striven against the Lord, meaning persecuted his people. But the joy about it, we'll be able to share the kingdom with 2/3 of our people, because they're going to be born. We're going to bring them back in. It's all a process that we're responsible for. You know, so we look at these people. You know what? You go ahead, go on about your business, bro. You know, because you don't even know. They don't even know when they try to contend with us on the doctrine and things like that. They don't even know what they're contending against. Go ahead, bro.
Same spirit and same mindset that Yahushua had when those Roman guards were coming to take him away to pretty much to crucify him. He knew that they didn't know who he was, and he knew that as a matter of fact, he did a demonstration, pushed them down with the spirit, didn't even touch them, pushed them down with the spirit, and was like, the only reason you here is because my father is allowing you to do this.
Yeah, my father sent you.
My father
sent you, bro. That's the only reason why you're here, bro. So anytime we're encountered with an adverse situation, that's because the Lord sent it in our direction.
So be not in the mindset of Peter, want to slay somebody, want to slice somebody. Just be in the mindset of Yahweh to let things happen. Let the Father's will be done.
This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 11. Behold, I come quickly. Hold fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my God, and he shall go no more out. And I will write upon him the name of my God, and the name of the city of my God, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven from my God, and I will write upon him my new name. So like what the brother's talking about, you know, when somebody coming to you in an adverse period, you got to hold on to the wisdom, not the understanding of Yahweh Shem Shai. Because he already instilled in us the power to control ourselves in that situation, to manage the situation. But we can't move, we can't get distracted, you know, caught up in our feelings, moving contrary to the spirit. We got to lay hold to the things of Yahweh Shem Shai. We have to overcome these. We have to overcome these things, these situations, to be seen worthy. And that's all we're here to do, be that example of the spirit.
All right, somebody get 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 1.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 1. Therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we have received mercy, we faint not.
Right, we receive mercy. Nobody else knows what mercy is because they haven't been encountered with the things that we foresee to come. Go ahead.
But have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty, not walking in craftiness, nor handling the word of Yahweh deceitfully, but by manifestation of the truth, commending ourselves to every man's conscience in the sight of Yahweh.
Right. So we do that being delicate with the spirit of man, not trying to break them, but just trying to give them an understanding. If they don't get it and they can't get it, we move the fuck on. Right.
Let the dead bury the dead, man.
Come on.
Verse 3, but if our gospel be hid, it is said to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Yahweh Shai, who is the image of Yahweh, should shine unto them.
Right. That's why Paul was like sad. Like, my thoughts, my heart and prayer goes out to Israel that they might be saved. Right. Paul wished all of Israel could be saved, but he went further down on the passage. He said, "Therefore, all of Israel shall be saved." It has to be a cutaway though. 2/3 of our people had to die. They're not going to be able to get it. They're not going to be able to understand the Lord's mercy because the Lord turned His wrath towards them.
All of our people will be saved, but not in the same way.
Right. Right. Go ahead.
Thank you. Interjection. Second Ezra 9:9. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have loathed my law while they yet had liberty.
That's funny because you'll have somebody in the world that's decked down from head to toe looking fresh, and you just around here just looking regular, not looking like you have a lot of money, right? They'll think they're more godly than you because they go to church or whatever. They'll think the Lord is with them, just like how Esau thinks. You know what I'm saying?
Simply because a person suffers.
No, you're good.
But simply because of a person suffers. That's why IUIC walk around like they do. That's why they like to march down the street, have the broad phylacteries, got garments made of crocodiles and shit.
Flexing their carnal muscles.
Flexing their carnal muscles. But
Right.
they would never come in the same spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. One, because they don't know the names, and two, because they don't know what true humility is. Look at the leader of the organization. He came out on a horse.
Right. How you trying to exalt yourself over Yahweh Shai?
Gone.
That shows their mindset. Go ahead.
Right. Verse 11. And they that have loathed my law while they yet had liberty, that's that mercy you were talking about. And when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood it not, but despised it, the same must know it at the death by pain. What's up, brother?
So that's what their destiny is, man. I hate to say it, you start to feel sorry for 2/3 of our people because they Lord had the door of mercy open and they chose to bypass that door.
Gone.
Hey, come. So all in all, hey, Paul, he get what he asked for, but hey, shit, 2/3 of our people, they're just gonna have to get it by way of destruction, man. The same way the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua compare us to trees, all right? Same thing that he do like a controlled fire forest burn, you know? Hey, you burn it down in order for it to build back up and regrow stronger, man. You know, it's the same thing that the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is gonna do spiritually with 2/3 of our people, man. If you don't get it now, your ass is gonna get it later, man. That's why the same must know it after death by pain. So you're gonna know what you didn't know after you received his ass whooping, man.
Right, and be thankful that we're saved from that pain.
Account of his life madness, talking about the elect, and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of God, and his lot among the saints? Therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness has not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. We wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction.
That's what they doing. They wearing themselves in
I
the
just
way
about
of
to
wickedness.
I was thinking the same
Over
thing.
there.
Look over there.
That's a weary way right there.
I say, can you zoom in?
Right. They ain't gonna realize what's going on until they knee deep in missiles.
Now, what was cool was you saw like a lot of little Jake girls dressing up like princesses, and that's cool because that's their lot. They are princesses. But when the party over there started, they was just blasting them with Beyonce. You know, like the whole time they were just getting blasted with Beyonce music.
They're being princesses of darkness.
Gone.
Yeah, they were there blasting everybody with Beyonce and strong perfume.
Horrible.
That's all you saw walking by here. Stink ass perfume.
And blonde hair.
And even though they dressed up the little girls like princesses, they're really making them like following down the path of whoredom.
Right. Now let's go back to like they're dressing them up like the princess and what the movie Aladdin and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, Disney princesses.
Right,
Gone.
but the culture of those people, they're not teaching the little girls to act like the culture of those people, like a true princess, like in submission to the man and things like that.
Yeah.
They're not teaching them that. They want to dress them up on the outside, but not putting them with what's inward, well, how it really truly means to be a princess.
Right, he said, raise up a child as they should go.
Right.
Another part.
Right.
And in all the Disney cartoons, they have the parents as the enemy. The parents is the bad guy. And they got a little imaginary friend. That's their best friend. Let me lead you out into the world. Come on, a little imaginary. Don't tell your dad.
Hey, that's what they doing in modern day society, man. Hey, shit, either what the kids want, if the kids don't get it, shit. Once they go off to school, shit, the kids go get whatever they want, man. You know, with the changes and everything, shit. If the parents don't agree, shit, they'll take the kid away from the parent. Then, hey, it's just like in the movie, man. Come on.
You got to pretty much in this society it's set up for you to let your kids run rampant and not follow behind you. Because as soon as you try to discipline, that's what they're gonna try to take them away from you. You know, and you have no. Once you sign a birth certificate, you have no rights. The child is turned over to the state. The state has all authority over your child. Somebody has to put their hand. All right, go ahead.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 7. We have wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yeah, we have gone through deserts where there ain't no way. But as for the way of the Lord, we have not known it.
Wearied themselves, man.
Where have pride profited us, or what good have riches with our advancing products?
Right. They're gonna realize at some point they're gonna realize them riches ain't gonna amount to anything, man. Because the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans need to understand that they're the Israelites in the Holy Bible. The Most High Yahweh's chosen people.
Right. It goes into how they weary themselves, right? In the ways of wickedness. But that goes into the universities, their schools. This little Disney princess mess, you know, debauchery over here. All right, the social media, everything that's educating the minds of these people today. He said they have wearied themselves in those paths. This is Ecclesiastes 12:12. And further, by these, my son, be admonished. Of the making many books, there is no end, and much study is a weariness of the flesh. See that? They wearied themselves in these studies, false studies. But it says what? It says, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. All right? So, that's right.
That's basically it. Fear of Yahweh. Once you develop that fear of Yahweh by Shem Shai, you're entered into to the duty of man.
Right.
But
they try to go over, under, around instead of going through.
And all those different routes in order to get the understanding and knowledge and wisdom of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai are to obtain salvation when the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai gave one way, man. You know, even with that too as well, by indulging within these scriptures, all right? That's why it says no man shall want their mate. So therefore, all these other books, we won't obtain a weariness. Why? Because we're sticking with the mate that the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai set us up with, man. So therefore, we won't go out here, damn, what's in here, what's in that, what's in this, that, and the third. We won't have to do that. Why? Because we're going to get all the nourishment that we need from this book right here, man.
It's Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 4. And ye fathers provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord. Servants, be obedient to them that are your masters according to the flesh, with fear and trembling in singleness of your heart, your mind, as unto Yahweh Shai Mashiach. So just like you got, hey, it's all about who got to the water first. So just those who dwell in the sheepfold and the safe haven of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, those are the spiritual parents. Those are the spiritual fathers. And within this sheepfold, you have spiritual parents and spiritual fathers, the apostles and elders. So you can't, you know, as we don't provoke the children of wrath, all right, they shouldn't be provoking us. Right. All right, but hey, that's the yin and the yang. That's the separation that's being created, man. Right.
Yo, back you up. Ephesians 4:14. That we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro, and carried about with every wind of doctrine, by the sleight of men, and cunning craftiness, whereby they lie in wait to deceive, but speaking the truth in love, may grow up into him in all things, which is the head, even Yahweh Shai.
So that's where our spiritual growth comes from, man. So we're no longer tossed to and fro with every wind of doctrine. We're solidified in Yahweh by Shemel Shai, so we can grow and be a reflection of Yahweh by Shemel Shai on this earth. Come. All right. Let's go back to that.
Darn. It's back at 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 5. For we preach not ourselves, but Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, the Lord, and ourselves your servants for Yahweh Shai's sake.
And not only when we teach the doctrine, but in our ways of life. So if anybody it has a problem with who we are as a person walking this walk, their problem is not with us, their problem is with the Most High. So that's what they need to take their issue up with the Most High. Go ahead.
For Yahweh, who commanded the light to shine out of darkness, have shined in our hearts to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of Yahweh in the face of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach.
Right. Because these people's minds are darkened, man. Because they're caught up in this world. Go ahead.
But we have this treasure in earthly vessels, that the excellency of the power may be of Yahweh and not of us.
Come.
This treasure in earthly vessels, that's the spirit.
Come. Verse 8, we are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair.
Right. We are troubled on every side, but not distressed. We tend to distress ourselves when we see trouble coming. Right? But it says sufficient to the day is the evils thereof. Meaning, whatever trials we go through on a daily basis, the Lord is going to give us enough patience and faith to get through it. You know?
Hey, we talking about stressing yourself before you see the before you see it. You got two types of people. One person is going to see a storm coming, and they're going to be like, all right, storm's come, I need to prepare myself, make sure I'm straight so that when the storm comes, I don't get tossed to and fro. And they'll allow the storm to come, pass, and that's that. But another person will see the storm and start running the other way. The storm is still going to come in that direction. So they're not avoiding the storm, they're just delaying the storm's destruction. By the time they're all distraught and tired and weak, and they're just going to collapse on the ground because they can't run no more, that storm is going to come over them, and now they're going to be even more depressed and even more distraught.
And then they're going to wake up and they done went through the storm, they did all that shit for nothing.
For nothing.
Hey, Con, and that's why, in a sense, we got to be like buffalo, man. Buffalo is one of the only species on the earth that, when they see a storm coming, they'll go to the storm and go through the storm because they know through the storm the sun is out on that other side, man. Right. Any other animal is going to go away from that, man. Hey, prolonging the process of what they're trying to get to. You know,
you actually get to the storm quicker.
Hey,
because if the storm is coming in this direction and you're running in that direction,
y'all moving the opposite side.
Right. Yeah. Damn. I need to start watching Buffalo. Like little stuff like that will help us in our journey, man, in this truth, man. All right, come on.
Verse 9 of 2 Corinthians chapter 4, persecuted but not forsaken.
Persecuted but not forsaken, man. Man, the Lord is not going to forsake us. That don't matter what the fuck somebody say on this earth. The only thing they're trying to do is trying to change your beliefs because they can't believe what you believe in. That's the only thing they're trying to change your mindset. I'll go back to it again. Just in case you might be right, they don't want you believing it either. Go ahead.
Cast down but not destroyed, always bearing about in the body. Always bearing about in the body the dying of the Lord Yahweh Shai, that the life also of Yahweh Shai might be made manifest in our body.
Right. So as we walk, the life of Yahweh Shai is made manifest in our bodies by our walks because of the spirit that was placed in us, man. Go ahead.
For we which live are always delivered unto the For we which live are always delivered unto death for Yahweh Shai's sake, that the life also of Yahweh Shai might be made manifest in our mortal flesh. So then death worketh in us, but life in you.
Come. So life is working with us. We got to think about eternity, because that's what our destiny is. But the darkness of this system will try to gaslight you into believing something different. You know. But no, it ain't nothing else but eternity for us, because the Lord said so. Not anything we did. The Lord said so. Go ahead.
Verse 13. we having the same spirit of faith, according as it is written, I believe and therefore have I spoken. We also believe and therefore speak.
Right. There goes that belief again. As soon as we hold on to that belief, right? As soon as we hold on to that belief, then we start seeing what we've been battling against the whole time. We've been battling ourselves. Go ahead.
Knowing that he which raised up the Lord Yahushua shall raise up us also by Yahushua and shall present us with you.
Good. All right, go ahead.
For all things are for your sakes, that the abundant grace might through the thanksgiving of many redound to the glory of Yahweh.
Don't that kind of sound like Paul speaking to us from heaven? Like he's basically he's up there in the spiritual realm with the Lord right now. But he's like basically saying how we're going to be joined together through our walk. We're going to be joined together with them. You know? Go ahead.
Verse 16, for which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day.
So that's why we go through the things that we go through, man. It's character building. It builds calluses so we can endure things that are to come. Because it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse, man. Through much tribulation, we shall inherit the kingdom of heaven. But understand through that tribulation, it's creating growth within us and creating a spiritual being that can endure anything, just like how Yahushua did. Go ahead.
Verse 17, for a light affliction, which is but for a moment, working for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory.
Boom. So that's the point, man. This light of, this Lord said, even though we think it's heavy sometimes, Lord said that light affliction. Read it again.
For a light affliction, which is but for a moment, working for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory.
Because we don't understand the process of time, right? We think it's a long time. We think this is eternal. We're going to be here forever. No, it's for a small moment.
Yahushua went through the same pain. Not only that we going through, but he went through even more. When they started ripping his beard out, he gave them even more to do unto him.
Right. He's like, you rip this side out, rip this side out too. When they smote his back, he turned them back to him. Go ahead. If you want to get your rocks off, get it off. Take off. Because that's not going to change the outcome. There's nothing that anybody can do to us that's going to change the outcome that Yahweh Shai has stored up for us. Go ahead. That's 17, was it? 18. Yeah.
Come on. Verse 18 of 2 Corinthians chapter 4, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen, for the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal.
All right. The things that are seen are temporal.
That's why he said he exists and we don't.
Right. Let's like Elsa. That's why I say he exists and we don't. Soon we come to the realization of that. Any obstacle that comes in our way that tries to afflict us, we understand that doesn't exist either. Read that one more time.
Come on. 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 18. While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal.
Right. So everything that is seen is temporal. Jacob's trouble is going to be temporal. The hour of temptation is going to be temporal, man. And the Lord said he's going to save us out of that. Any affliction that we go through on the side is only teaching us discipline, endurance, and it's boosting the faith and its character building. Even understand that all that is temporal. Because once we finally get to our destination, we're not going to be able to sense those senses anymore or feel any of that affliction, because we're going to be in our new righteous bodies, and we're not going to ever transgress against the Lord, because that's the only reason why we're feeling this. It's our fault for transgressing against him. That's why he had to send all this affliction. Okay, you go outside of what I say, this is what's going to happen. That's why he had to send all this affliction our way. It starts with us. When we're going to hold on and take responsibility for the things that we go through because of our transgressions in the past. And we got to continue to hold on to that and move forward and know that the Lord is okay. He's teaching us a lesson to deliver us from ourselves. Because that's really who we need to be saved from. We need to be saved from our damn self. You know? Any precepts? That was the last one.
Precept.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, go ahead.
This Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 11. Now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby.
Right, because when the Lord is finna level you up, it never feels good, bro. It doesn't feel good when the Lord is finna level you up. You go through adversity and affliction, but the outcome of it is what we rejoice in, man. The new man, the new creature that he's creating is what we rejoice in. So it don't feel good in the beginning, but it damn sure won't feel good in the end. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 9. But take heed, lest any means this liberty of yours becomes a stumbling block to them that are wicked.
Right, because that liberty, like that, Lord ain't showed up yet. We have that grace period, that liberty, but don't use liberty as a cloak of maliciousness.
Like Christians do.
Right. All right. So with this liberty, don't like the 2/3 of our people are going to use this liberty to lead them to their destruction. They're not going to seek Yahweh by Shem outside. Because the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans need to understand that they're the children of Israel. Father's name is Yahweh, son's name is Yahweh. Man, this place is about to be destroyed.
John chapter 15, verse 14. This is Yahushua's prayer to Yahweh for the elect. I have given them thy word, and the world hated them because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. I pray not that thou shouldest take them out of the world, but that thou shouldest keep them from the evil. So you got to trust that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua going to keep you from the evil, the temptation, anything that's going to throw you off your track.
And that word keep is not saying like keep it away from you, it's mean protect. He's going to protect you from the evil, man. We got to understand that. It said no weapons are formed against us shall prosper. Those weapons are going to form, they're going to be used against us, but they're not going to prosper.
And sometimes you're going to see them weapons. You're going to see Esau get the pole, so to speak. But the Lord, you got to have that faith. That's where your armor that the Lord gave you, you got to trust in that armor. You got to trust in that rock like King David did. You got to trust that you do what the Lord said. You ain't going to be, you going to be protected. You ain't going to be touched. And you know, it's all this part of his glorification. He ain't going to send you out there on the battlefield to lose on his face.
God.
Go ahead. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things.
Start at 9.
Verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich.
The Lord knows the tribulations that we go through, but he has riches set up for us. The riches start with the Spirit of the Lord, man. Go ahead.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, and ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life.
Right. And we're going to constantly endure affliction with situations that's going to try to take that crown away from us. But it can't happen. It's not going to happen because the Lord said so, man. The Lord said that they can't take nothing from us. What it say, Amos 9:10, shall not the least grain fall upon the earth? The Lord's going to make sure that we're able to endure all the way to the end.
This is 2 Maccabees, chapter 7. This is 2 Maccabees, chapter 7. It's like in chapter 6, verse 12. Now beseech those that read this book that they be not discouraged for these calamities, but that they judge those punishments not to be for their destruction, but for chastising of our nation. For it is a token of his goodness when wicked doers are not suffered any long time, but forthwith punished. Oh, come on, the water. So come, all these what people call bad things that are happening now to the earth, and that will happen even more so. They're not happening just because the Lord wants to show his wrath and be evil. It's happening so that way the nation of Israel, his chosen portion, is purified and made better.
Any more precepts?
I got one for you.
Come.
The car break, have him get one. You grab one? Trying to find one. If you can't though, it's all good. Revelations 3:20. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him and he with me. To him that overcometh will I grant to sit with me in my throne, even as I also overcame.
Right, even as Yahweh Shai also overcame. Because Yahweh Shai got a little weary at the moment. He's like, Lord, if it be thy will, take that cup from me. But if it's not thy will, then I'm a drink of this cup. You know what I'm saying? But Yahweh Shai endured all the way to the end. And there's no end for him. So that end became a beginning for salvation unto us, because it had to happen in order for us to have a way back to Yahweh.
Right, Hebrews 4:15, real quick. For we have not an high priest which cannot be touched with the feelings of our infirmities.
So he understands the afflictions that we're going through because he feels them himself.
Right. But was in all points tempted as we are, yet without sin.
Yet without sin. On all points tempted
points.
as we were, bro. Every last thing. There's no, listen, we can't say nothing that we done been through that Yahweh Shai ain't already been through.
Right.
Hey, that's a check you can cash. You think of all point ATMs and shit.
You know he ain't lying. You know he ain't lying, man. Revelation 3:21. To him that overcometh will I grant to sit with me in my throne. And that's an honor to sit with somebody like that. Even as I also overcame and am set down with my Father in his throne. That's the honor, man.
It's reciprocated, bro. Like Yahweh Shai did it, he showed us the way. Now we follow in those footsteps and we get to sit with him. We already done sup with him. Because if we didn't sup with him and he ain't sup with us, we wouldn't be able to sit up here and prophesy in sincerity and truth. We wouldn't have the doctrine that we have.
Tell you what's up.
You feel me? You feel me? Got one? Let's get it.
This is Daniel chapter 12 and verse 10.
There it is.
And it says, many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful closer like that. All right, read it one more time.
This is Daniel chapter 12 and verse 10. And it says, many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand.
Yep. Just like Yahweh Shai was purified and made white. He said we're going to be just like him. Tried just like him. And it said, the scripture say no greater honor than has a man than to die for his friend. Well, imagine this. Imagine like your children, your family. If somebody was trying to harm them and you had a choice, I say it backwards to get to the point. You had a choice to give your life for them and you didn't. Would that be dishonorable or just saving your ass? Well, what happened if you gave your life for your children and your family in a dangerous situation? That would be honorable. Because to not do so would be a dishonor. So Yahweh Shai giving his life for us was an honor. To not do so would have been a dishonor to him. So he's the honorable one, and for us to follow in those footsteps, to receive that type of honor, to sit next to somebody like that, no greater honor can a person have than to give his life for somebody. And he gave his life for us, man. That's honorable. If he wouldn't have did so, it would have been a dishonor. But instead, he gained that honor.
And what the scripture say, it's hard enough for a man to give his life for the righteous, but he was giving his life for the unrighteous, for all of us to be able to make it.
Right, that's a gift.
That's a gift, bro. That's a gift. And read it one more time so we can go ahead. You know what I'm saying?
Daniel chapter 12 and verse 10. And it says, many shall be purified and made white and tried.
Purified and made white and tried. Going through the furnace of affliction and coming out on top like we're set up to do. Go ahead.
But the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand.
So they're going to bend their back down all the way to the end and be blinded with their transgression and their folly, because that's what they were set up for. Go ahead.
But the wise shall understand.
The wise shall, and we're going to understand why that's just your lot. I get it, bro. I get it, sis. I get it, Mom. I get it, Dad. Whoever. I get it. That's your walk. I will see, you know what? Because guess what? If we lose sight of the goal, just think if we all lose sight of the goal, ain't nobody gonna make it. We gotta keep our mind focused in order for them to make it. Just like Yahweh Shai had to keep his mind focused in order for us to make it. So if we lose sight of the goal because of affliction that we go through, I don't even want to say it like that. We're not going to lose sight of the goal because we're not set up to lose sight of the goal, because we wouldn't be here fervent in the truth like we are if we were set up to fail. The Lord is not setting us up for failure. He's setting us up for success. It's not like Esau's system where they set you up for failure with all types of entrapments. But none of the wicked shall understand because they weren't set up to run that race like we're set up to run that race. So not only we're running it for us, we're running it for them too. Because even though they despise us on this side, we don't despise them. We understand their sickness. And we know we have to continue in our past and ignore them in order for them to get the reward that was presented unto us. But luckily, we become a part of the first fruits. And guess what? How the people on this side disgrace us on this side, they're going to honor us in the kingdom because we're going to be the ones that bring them back. We're going to be the ones that give them the opportunity to embrace the kingdom. The first fruits that is sitting there with Yahweh Shai ruling on the right-hand side of the Father. It's a beautiful thing. So being able to endure the things that we go through is a blessing, man. That means we see the bigger picture. And if we see the bigger picture, that's because the Lord is showing it to us. All right? All right. We only got like 3% left. Go ahead.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 15. But the righteous live forevermore. Their reward is also with the Lord. And the care of them is with the Most High. Therefore,
our reward is with Yahweh Shai when he show up with them new bodies. The care of us is with Yahweh. This is all set up by Yahweh, man. The Most High got it from the beginning all the way to the end. He created it like this. Go ahead.
Verse 16. Therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom and a beautiful crown from the Lord's hand.
Wait, hold on. From whose hand?
From the Lord's hand.
Right. Can't nobody else on this earth give us anything that's going to compare with the Lord's going to give us. That crown.
For with his right hand shall he cover them, and with his arm shall he protect them.
That arm of the Lord, the arm of Yahweh is Yahweh Shai. That's that stretched out arm. Go ahead. Okay, that was it. So that's basically, we're being led by the Spirit, by the light, through a dark place. Oh, no, we are a part of that light. We are a part of that light.
Hey, just like James 1:1 said, let's say, Slocky.
1-3.
Verse 17. James chapter 1, verse 17. Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above and cometh down from the Father of lights. With whom, Slocky.
No, go ahead.
With whom is no variableness, neither shadow of turning.
Right, ain't no variables behind this. It's all constant. Ain't all these variables in this kingdom that you can't hold on to nothing. There ain't no variables with this. It's just cut and dry with the Most High, man, through Yahweh Shai. But they try to alter your way of thinking with all this bullshit that we see all the time. You know, our job is to destroy it. We come in, we conquer. We've already conquered it. We just gotta believe in what we conquered. Just because don't nobody else believe what we done, it don't matter. Because the Most High believes, and Yahweh Shai believes. That's it. And they're the ones that wrote the script. The Most High wrote the script, Yahweh Shai is directing. And leading us all the way to righteousness. Any more precepts? All right, now is the lesson, man. We're gonna go through some way more tougher shit than we've already been through. We just gotta prepare for it, man. And that's our job, to come out here on the highways and byways week in and week out and continue to do these lessons to prepare the souls of the elect for righteousness in the kingdom.
2 Timothy 2:12. If we suffer, we shall also reign with him. If we deny him, he also will deny us. If we believe not, yet he abideth faithful, he cannot deny himself.
He can't deny himself, man. So us falling short of the goal, having abundance of faith, would mean he would have to deny himself, but he can't do that. It's already written in stone.
Right, you can't deny and just like we can't deny ourselves in our faith.
Correct.
You know, we have the proof that we are of the hopeful elect.
Correct.
Because we see the Lord's prophecies. You know, we see the truth in His word. We see the power of His word.
Correct.
And we can't deny what we experience. Just like Yahushua can't deny that the Most High has glorified Him, man. And He's sitting out there in glory. He said, I would that they could be where I am, where He is. He can't deny that. He's like, I'm right here looking at myself. Right? Just like us, we in this truth, we can't deny our path just because other people don't believe.
Right,
You know?
right. And when he shows up, he's like, bros, check this out. You see this, bro? Look. I got a couple more in the chariot for you guys.
And I got some cherries.
Right. So that's the beautiful part about it. Can you and imagine how you're gonna show up pissed off, but that anger is gonna turn into joy when he sees his. He said, "Shall I find faith on the earth?" The Most High told him, "You're gonna find faith. Oh, it's gonna be there. It's gonna be there. I promise you that." He made a promise to Yahweh Shai that he's gonna find faith on the earth. And sometimes, man, not sometimes, but all the time. That's the most important thing to have. The most important thing to have, because Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans need to understand that they're Israelites of the Holy Bible, and Yahweh is the Father's name, and Yahweh Shai is the Son's name. That's what we need to have faith in. All right. Any more precepts? You got one?
Yeah, and it just came back. I had it.
We got like 1% on the battery.
Can I say it? This 1 John 3:2, and I only bring it up because it came right back around. Beloved, now are we the sons of Yahweh. It do not yet appear what we shall be. But we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is.
And we will see that reflection. We will see that reflection. We can't really physically see it right now, but when he shows up, we shall be as he is. Perfect. In full perfection. Now we're in full perfection of faith right now, man.
Yeah, and ready to fight.
Ready to fight. So say anytime we feel that let's save it when Yahweh Shai shows up.
God.
Let's store that in that little pouch.
Yeah.
Store that in that little pouch. So when Yahweh Shai show up, I got a whole bunch of shit to pull out this bag.
Like on the video game, you can save your special move. Just save it.
Right, like Street Fighter Hyper, where you have that hyper bar that fills up, and it starts blinking like that. Let that blink keep on until Yahweh Shai shows up. All right, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to serve this purpose. For the hope for the elect, the ones that truly believe in the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, we're going to go through this affliction. But as we go through it, that's leading us all the way to our salvation. And we're going to close it out by giving all praise and glory to the Father and the Son and the Spirit of truth and the proper names in the Hebrew tongue. Say, Kal, Alayim, La, Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim, Ha, Rakah, Quadash, Mama. Double honor to the elder apostles of the great millstone, and double honor to our elder as well. Salutations to the Arkin that are pushing the truth and sincerity and truth. And peace and blessing to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
Hey, Akim. Never mind.
Shalom. That's right.
Shalom.
He was supposed to hear this, man. I think one more second, he would have heard it. Hold on, let me cut this off first.
Hold on, I got one more. Hey, but it came back.
Sorry, I can't cut it. Oh, there you go.